here. Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today for you guys, we got another viewing party for you guys today. We got um, with Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn. If you guys didn't know, last year Hawthorn and Port Adelaide first at Adelaide Oval. So this is going to be a very big blockbuster match. So it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, and we're also going to be going through viewing out, showing you guys the item shop for Sunday, the 13th of April. Just to let you guys know, no Fortnite stream today. I know yesterday I was supposed to be streaming, but just quickly before we get started, because I think the game started already, is that reason why I didn't stream yesterday. I was supposed to be streaming yesterday, but I had computer issues. So I had issues with my computer, so with my PC. Keep on getting blue screen, saying that the computer had to restart, etc., etc. There was something wrong with the motherboard, so I had to check if the cables were working fine, etc. I was trying to figure it out for a couple hours, and then I found out the issue, and I got it fixed. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't stream yesterday. My PC is working now. Everything's working fine. Yeah, when we yesterday were starting to have issues like 5 minutes before I had to stream the Melbourne and Essendon games. That is the reason why there wasn't a stream yesterday. But I'll tell you guys the schedule, what's going to be happening next week. No Fortnite stream this week. So not this week. No Fortnite stream this stream. And then we'll also talk about what's going to be happening tomorrow, and then the other days for next week as well. Okay. So now, you guys, let's get started doing the viewing party. Once again, guys, I'm not going to be showing you guys the game, like the actual game, but I will be reacting to it, etc. You know, I'll put the audio for you guys, but I can't put the gameplay on, unfortunately, on the screen. So what I'm going to do first, as I always usually do, get the scoreboard. Make this as a browser source. Looks like Port Adelaide kicked two goals so far. Nice. And do not worry, guys, we'll be watching more in this corner as well. Make this as a browser source as well. And let me just get up the stream as well. The AFL one. Definitely will say there was a banner. Yeah. Usually it says to take 30 seconds. Alright, make this as a browser, do this. Alright, you'll see OBS little blue screen. Alright, ignore that. I'm going to paste the URL as I have to do. Okay. Here you go, guys. This is the leaderboard, the scoreboard for the match. AFL match, okay? So that is right now 12-0. 12-0. Alright, Adelaide score another one, 18-0. Alright. So yeah. Do not worry, I'll watch a bit more. Right now. Adelaide is killing Hawthorn right now. Or Adelaide, I should say. Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's react to it. We'll talk more about the schedule, etc. later on. Make sure the audio is working fine. Usually, the website that I usually use always loads, and then I have to reload it again. I don't know why, but there's a website. The company knows says it's an issue. So whenever that happens, I have to reload it again, and it works the second time. Yeah. Wow, this is loading. It's gonna go away 16 seconds. I'm gonna plug in the headphones to my girl XLR. I'm not actually gonna put the headphones on, but I'm gonna put it very loud on my headphones so I can hear the game. Okay. Alright. I'm actually pretty happy that I'm not showing you guys the gameplay, because some of the ads that VIP League gives me.
Well, that's the second inside 50 that Hawthorn have gone straight to goal. Port Adelaide have read it really well.
Alright, here we go, guys.
Couldn't quite hang on to
Yes,
the
you can get
fingertip.
audio.
Butters.
Scoreboards on the
Fumble, but
outside.
he's got both still viable. Burgoyne through the jam. Took the yards ahead, but only as far as...
You guys can get audio. I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna just grab water real quick, alright? Right now, Adelaide has kicked 3 goals. We'll tell you guys.
He's going to put it into the pocket for Powell Pepper.
Before time. Powell Pepper has got the ball and he's got to kick it.
It's amazing he's running around his owners. Just a lazy looking kick, wasn't it? Yeah, back foot.
Might be a big ass.
Obviously, their forward half setup's really good, Port Adelaide. So they're really loading up, trying to lock that ball in the front half, which has been a Kenny Hinkley mantra over the years.
Sam Powell-Pepper hasn't been as accurate as usual on his way back from a knee injury, and that falls the same way. 3-1 to nothing.
Already 3 marks inside forward 50 for Port Adelaide. Just finding the options really good. Once they break the middle of the ground, finding a lot of options forward of the ball, making really good decisions.
He's 4-8 for the air, as you mentioned, Jared. That's their first miss.
Sunday night footy.
Eyes off the size of Meek, or the manoeuvrability of Newcomb, who got there, gave it a jab. Tries to get Hawthorn moving with purpose again. There's an opportunity, though, for the interceptors. Aaliyah, Jones, and they do the job.
Really organised behind the ball, Port Adelaide. Opposed to Hawthorn, and look
unorganised behind the ball. Very good.
The Port defenders are allowing the Hawthorn forwards and midfielders the outside space, really trying to tempt them to hook the ball back into the corridor. Defending really well.
Got Roy kicked one.
Again, Sweet first hands to it. Drew Morrison there with a capture. Squirts Hawthorn's way. But the bounce of the ball is with Port. Farrell, it was not 15, it wasn't a great decision, all execution, broke the fumble. Weddle was all over it, Ginnivan to Gunston, and that'll settle a few Hawthorn nerves.
Yeah, miscommunication there, so we just spoke about Port Adelaide, well organised behind the play. Miscommunication there, Gunston was smart, you know, he's a veteran forward, been around a long time, knows how to find the space. And Port Adelaide defender looked one way, he ran the other way.
Started his career here, of course, as an Adelaide Crow for a couple of seasons. Made his name as a triple premiership player with Hawthorn. And when you need a goal,
and he kicks
you need a steady up. You need a steady hand, you need Jack Gunston.
First goal
the Hawks are on the board.
And
those fans that have made the trip, hoping desperately it doesn't end with the same disappointment it did in the finals last year, feel a little better about themselves just for that.
Yeah, well, it's a good settler, isn't it? But as we've spoken about already, the Port Adelaide defenders are prepared to give them the outside. You can see there, Radically are really patrolling the corridor, and just has a lapse, has that 1 second lapse. Jack Gunston, such a good reader of the play further up the field. He knew exactly what side of the ground that ball was going to.
That was a very good kick from Jack Gunston.
And a great finish.
Very good
important
kick.
one. All the momentum was with Port Adelaide.
Gunston, a couple of goals as the sub against the Blues, and then started against the Giants, 2 goals, 3. When last we saw him, he starts Brewster's the sub tonight. Sweet is dominating the run. Gives Port first access.
Another clearance. Shit.
Powell-Pepper swoops. Hand passes it away. Cochrane steadies up. Won't be 15. Mead has to go.
Rioli getting the ball. He's going to kick it
Screws it to the teeth of goal.
Almost a mark by Adelaide player.
Wines just threw him over the top rope.
Hawthorn Wines and kicks it very, very long.
Looking for a reprieve. Sweet stands underneath, but he lost it somehow. Meek couldn't gather. Radically up. The big bodies tumble.
Yeah, they're not prepared to go long. Port Adelaide. They want to try to avoid Tom Barras, Josh Battle.
Yeah, Battle on the Georgiades matchup.
Sweet a tackle which allows Horn Francis to go to work. Farrell got it from Wines. They probe again. Lord got a run up.
Punch.
The fist of Jack was impressive and effective. Lord scrambled it forward. Cochrane jumping, knowing it wasn't going to be back. Was that high? Ray's played for it. Meek. Can they launch off half back? McKenzie.
McKenzie kicks it long.
How's he going to play this? He's got more.
Another
so 2 little dynamos
together.
The handball is now more outside, inside, and kicks to McGuinness.
That is a great kick. It had to get there quick. Rosie was right on McGuinness's backside. So any hang time in that kick, here's the free kick play on there. It's really good by Lloyd Meek in the middle of the ground. Had to be clean, sold the outside, came back inside. That's where their numerical advantage was.
It's a big night for Finn McGuinness. It's his 50th. It's been a big journey to
Finn
get there.
McGuinness.
There's history with it. It's
games.
the first
He's gonna
time
kick it for
Hawthorn family, the grandfather, the father and the son, all 50 games. Wearing his dad's number 20.
But he did not kick it
post.
efficient enough. Minus score.
2 goals next. Farrell stays with the footy in play. Bergman makes the space for him.
Middle of the ground still open. He's not prepared to take it.
So down the wing instead. Sicily saw it coming.
So that's once again the matchup, Pal Pepper. You just can't allow James Sicily access to the ball.
Not his best kicker. Lee should have taken
we
the
almost
intercept
marked
mark.
it.
He's ended up stuck
You
over
hold
the
on.
footy.
Pull up.
Shows a little mercy.
Rarely you see James Sicily kicking like this. Normally a dead eye.
By the way, guys, one of my friends with Cherry did upload a video.
Nash and Wines are going to contest in the ruck.
Ends.
Underfoot, Radagalia.
Radagalia
Slapped
kicks
it
it
onto
very,
the boot,
very
took the
long.
yards up the line. Pal Pepper is dangerous. Richards swoops on the ball. Cochrane just wants to pull the kick
Kicks it
inside
long.
50. Pal Pepper has got there for him, but he needed a bit more support than that. Jack tidies up, and the Hawks are well set on the far side. McKenzie's going to get there. Steadies up, confronted.
Oh, good
finds
job.
the path forward. Just overkicked.
Overkicked it very badly.
Hawthorn set up well behind the ball, so Blake Hardwick's gone back, which often we see in the second half of quarters.
Spot Burgoyne, who
Nice by
takes the mark
Burgoyne.
just
Take
outside
a
the
shot, he
perimeter.
can pass it to another
Quick
player.
layoff was a good one. Bergman came.
Bergman
with
kicks it
energy
long.
and power.
One!
Port power.
Port Adelaide kick it
Four
from
goals
50 metres.
before you
It's
know
another
it.
goal for
And
Port
Miles
Adelaide,
Bergman,
25 to
His
7.
role is absolutely vital now that Houston's
All his
gone.
power in his
And
legs.
he's really stepping up.
Well, it's interesting, Hutto, because Hardwick rolled back in that play, and he may have been Hardwick's man,
Wow.
so he made the most of the opportunity. So just see
18
Bergman,
points
just
to
so
margin.
He's in the middle of the picture.
What a goal
They
is
are
that?
getting very high, the defenders. Port, we know, over a period of time, McKinney's been coached to play really high, try and lock it in the front half.
Who was that player?
That
Who
time
kicked
with
that
one
goal?
less Hawthorn forward, you've got space for the defenders
Miles
to run and get on
McGinn.
the end of opportunities like this. He was good enough to finish.
I don't know how to say his name, but he
Yeah, their
kicked
forward half
50.
game's been really strong at the start. Port
Gave it a
Adelaide,
shot.
19 of 25 points have
Bergman
come
was
from
trying
that
to
mode.
find a
Great kick
player,
by
and then
Rosie.
he was right next to him. He hand passed it to him, and
That's a
Bergman
responsibility of the
just
forwards,
kicked
isn't it?
from
Close off
50,
those
gave it
options
a
in the middle of the
very
ground.
good shot. And eventually he got it through.
So, yeah, it's interesting. Hardwick has floated back forward. That may have been his man.
Shoal over the top of Wines. Out near the wing. Wines, though, buffeted in. He threw it. Shoal's
Free
ball.
kick. Hawthorn's free. 10 minutes to go in the
Hawks with
first
a chance
quarter.
to come forward. Newcombe spread beautifully.
Have a chance now,
Turns,
Hawthorn.
doesn't go immediately. Hardwick instead from long range. Didn't hit it sweetly. McGuinness has got to go at the ground ball.
Very good
Bergman
kick.
for company. McGuinness wins it. And passes to D'Ambrosio.
D'Ambrosio
Opens up,
runs.
slices it, goal.
Oh, hit the post.
Just gave that a look. Rammed it into the woodwork.
It was
Will
he tried, he was
on
trying
John
to kick
Newcombe
a
doing
goal,
a good job
but
so far.
he
3 touches, John
almost
Newcombe
went through.
was really the only bit of space that we've
Just
seen him get
post.
in the early part of this game.
So back to 17 on the near miss. As a defender, Rosie can use his kicking in skills. But again, it's Sicily.
Just we
Around the
almost marked
incoming
it.
ball.
Almost intercept mark. There'll be a ball up
Pilots in
again.
play.
Oh, no.
Race was over it. Now Lord.
Now it's a ball up.
Halfway through this opening quarter.
Jeez, we have a
Adelaide
lot
Oval
of Port
at
Adelaide
capacity
Hawthorn
again.
fans. That's 60,000 people in the house.
And plenty of reason to get involved.
In the
Ward
house right now.
just squeezes one out to half forward. Adelaide with the first touch. Rosie getting the hang of this half-back business. They
Good
work
hand
it across.
pass.
And then
That's
through
where
the
Adelaide
middle.
can go.
Powerful handball.
Watch out.
Nice hit for Cochrane.
Oh.
He runs into Weddle, who came off his
Pull
man
up.
successfully.
Yeah, he was the spare behind the ball, Josh Weddle. So sometimes you've got to make those split-second decisions to come
I
forward
was
and
also not
impact.
going to stream the Melbourne Essendon game, so I
If
know
you hadn't
Melbourne
have done that,
was
Port Adelaide would have
shit.
been inside forward 50.
It wasn't a very good game anyways. Yesterday,
Nash.
so.
Warple.
Oh, it's
Blind kick marked by
Warple
Jones.
So
kicked it
it's spare v spare at the moment.
strong way, and then you got
for Hawthorn, Jones the spare for Port Adelaide.
marked by
Sin out on the
Adelaide.
wing to the bouncing ball. Decision to make up ahead. He's gone for
Another
Pepper
bad
and
kick.
left it short. Weddle fills the hole.
So what do you make of that, Geordie? That Hardwick's gone back already.
Well, I think Sam Mitchell's just trying to give his
Hawthorn's
defence a
kicking
little bit of
efficiency
support.
right
They've been
now
opened
is
up in the early part of the
48%,
game, let's be
Adelaide
honest.
67.
It's been a major function of Hardwick's, hasn't it? When they lose momentum, just to try and settle things down, throw him beyond the ball. He starts as a forward, but then rolls around.
And it's usually around the 3 goals is the marker.
He's gone back in every game.
Passing.
It's a bit of kick mark from the Hawks.
Yep, so it's now Rosie's the spare. So this is why you go methodically, trying to work the ball forward, trying to avoid the Port Adelaide spare. And potentially try and draw him up.
And drawn a little momentum out of it as well.
Hang on, umpire said.
So the Hawks are trying to open it up for battle. Oh, it was a battle, all right. Rosie came shoulder to shoulder and Port
Nice.
with the duel.
Good
Horn
Port.
Francis steers them forward. Well
Good
placed ball
mark,
for
good
Georgiani.
play.
Again, Hawthorn's kicking just off at the moment. Port Adelaide pressure's good.
Dink over the top for Rioli. It was
Rioli
overly
was trying to
ambitious.
mark
They're
it.
kicking at 56%
Down.
Hawthorn, so we know we've lauded them for their foot skills, but they haven't moved the ball as well this year as we think from the outside. I think they're a great ball-moving team. That's a part of their game I don't think Sam Mitchell will be happiest with.
The kicking is not very good, though, Hawthorn right
Port
now.
set up
so hopefully
again.
they can,
17-point leaders. Meek worked around Wines. Clear in the area, Warple. Port pretty
good,
well
though.
set, though. Bergman had a fly, dropped the mark. Jones might have. Ginnivan holds up, did well. Jack just to McKenzie.
Nice.
It was all in the fingertips. Away to Warple, who puts it out
Now
in
they
front
can
of
run,
Watson.
Hawthorn.
Bergman keeps him company. Steers the pass for Gunston,
Down
but missed
before
him
him.
by a margin.
Well, it's a good result in the end. I think Hawthorn forwards are so high up the ground because of the danger that Port Adelaide are possessing in the middle of the ground. And then when they get the chance to transition the ball, there's just no forwards to be able to wreck that kick to.
Still a long way to go in this opening quarter, let alone the match. Meek with the tap. It's all Port underneath.
Jeez.
They work collaboratively. Torpedo from Mead was innovative.
Wow, what a torpedo from that Port Adelaide player. He
Going
kicks
back
it
50
straight to
years.
Pal Pepper.
Pau Pepper, this time in the right place. Takes the mark. You can see exactly what he was going to do. Out to the left.
Oh, that was a
Pass,
very good
though, from
kick.
Moraes. Fell well short of the target. Gets a little
That's the
untidy.
good
They
work.
appeal.
Say throw in. That was a terrific kick by Horn
He
Francis.
hand passed it to the boundary. I don't
Pal Pepper was his only option.
Looks like he did.
Just
but
put it to
I'm
his advantage.
Batted it out. Throw it in.
Sam.
25
Still
to 8.
making
Scoreboard
swing.
you guys can see on the screen right now.
Ward was there with McKenzie. And he sends it into the crowd.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Get straight
really
out of bounds.
finding out what the pressure is like here, the Hawthorn defence.
Bit of an ironing malfunction there for Cochrane. So right to the teeth of goal. Get after that. It's a crummer's paradise. Ball spits out the side. Weddle onto
Try
it.
to kick it out.
Impey wasn't ready.
Rioli,
Rioli
hand
was.
passes
Richards
it.
with a chance.
Chance.
He's got two.
Kicks it. Port Adelaide kicks another one.
He's up for the new fight. It's a dynamite start from Port.
Great start by Port. They're scoring
31
from
for
4 after
8.
set up the ground beautifully. They're being able to turn the ball over from
Nice hand
stoppage.
pass from Rioli.
Capitalise there, so it's a bit of a concern. The dump kick from Port Adelaide under that,
Joe
from
Richards got
Hawthorn
some
under that
space to
pressure,
kick
kicking
another one.
back to the Port Adelaide defensive setup, and then they can just go straight back at them, and it's exposing their goals. Another situation here, the dump kick out, good pressure there. A lot of Port Adelaide numbers around. Pau Pepper's been influential. Good finish by Richards. They're taking their chances too.
Yeah.
5 goals, 1.
When they're really controlling space, you see Richards
Powering
there just
up
pops
now.
from congestion.
Power.
There's no point him being in and amongst the congestion. Pop out, wait for a handball receive, get yourself ready to go. Classy finish. Controlling the space really well. I know their contest work is really good. Their pressure is really good, Port Adelaide, but they're finding a lot of space.
Bergman, the only man over 6 foot, really, who's kicked a goal so far for Port Adelaide. They've got to get busy again as Drew's kick is not marked by Battle.
Oh, this is going to
Ready
hurt.
to swoop
Port Adelaide
everywhere.
will not
Mead
be
has
another
one.
goal.
He goes for
Oh.
an expansive dribble kick and goes wide of the mark. Kenny's got a smile.
13 inside 50s, scored 5 goals too.
I'm not gonna lie,
Plus
whenever
6 in that
they have
area.
a
Hawthorn
whenever
only
an
to 7
umpire bounces
inside
the ball,
50s.
Adelaide just
Morrison
gets
turns
it
and
straight
goes.
away.
He needs Hardwick up the line. Bergman wore in
Gets it
close.
goals.
Burgoyne's
Bergman
there
has the
underneath,
ball.
so Port with the forward half turnover. Where will Bergman spend it?
Bergman
Deep
just
inside
kicks
the
it
50,
long.
Georgiades
Marks it.
worked his way to the front
Into,
masterfully.
a very
Very
good
good
contested
on winning
mark.
this time. Just able to get to the front like he called. He caused some problems in that semi-final.
Why did Hawthorn play do not man up Georgiades?
They're going to the one-on-ones. They're happy to prepared to go.
He just easily
Two
marked it.
2v2s.
Easy mark.
Yeah, the battle got caught
Bergman
up the
just
field.
kicks it long
So
and
it's Georgiades for
Georgiades
Yeamon.
just breaks through.
Mitch Georgiades kicked 3 in the semi-final. He's off coaches' votes last week. That's
Listen
the
to
test.
commentator. He kicks this.
Georgiades won't meet him.
Let off.
25, and it might have been 30.
He missed it.
9-8 for the season. He kicked a big goal late last week as they made their charge. He's third most targeted player inside the forward 50 in the competition. Carrying a big load in this Port Adelaide forward line. Barras, even the angle of that kick, wasn't a place you wanted to turn it over. And Jones
almost marked
feed
it.
to Georgiades again. Well done to battle to run enough interference.
That Jones possession is where
Almost
Port
marked
Adelaide
it,
are winning. When the ball
Hawthorn
comes to the
players
ground, the first player onto that
pounced
ball is a Port Adelaide player.
And as a result, they're pressing again. Wine's a bit of a blind one. Battle. A rarity, a bit of time and space. But still, a missed kick in terms of direction and weighting.
It's 17 times now.
That's a free kick,
Now, this
yeah.
is
Here we
a
go.
first little skirmish.
Yeah, it's a skirmish.
Zach Butters right at the bottom of it.
Craig, I'm going through. I'm mid-zone. Craig, I've gone.
Play's going to go on. They'll check for fines later. To half forward.
Now they have a chance. They have a chance now,
turns it
Hawthorn.
to full forward. Farrell has to defend Ginnivan. Now Moore. From the corner, Dylan Moore.
Yeah, even that one's uncharacteristic
It
by
is.
Hawthorn. Usually see Dylan Moore turn away from goal, and Jack Ginnivan would have been
Oh,
the...
that's definitely it.
There's the free kick.
Is that the $500 to get him over the 50k, Jerry?
I don't think so. More victim.
The Wizard not short of words to him afterwards. Just trying to provoke a little, perhaps.
Hawks trying to come up with a goal. Meek pretty well went straight up. Diving in over the top, trying to create the play was Newcombe. Port will be able to clear. Farrell in the centre field. Rioli sees it out the back. Now Jeff's in the race. Richards has been lively. Richards is going to win out. Ham passes it away. Rioli couldn't quite get clear. Richards still viable. What's he got inside? He's got
Good play. Good play.
Brilliant play. Brilliant by Rioli there. Just to create that contest, not to get out marked by Barras. Just get the ball to ground. Richards following up nicely. He's been very dangerous in that front half. Good composure too, just to find that inside 50 target. You knew that Hawthorn's defenders were going to be all over the shop here with a quick ball movement. Just had to take their time here.
It's half a dozen changes to the Port Adelaide side that played in that semi-final, and Richards is the most profound of those right now. Mitch Georgiades missed his
Georgiades going to
first
kick it
set
again.
shot.
He missed a shot and he's going to try and kick it.
He will be eager to make amends. Georgiades does just
Kicks it.
that.
1 goal, 1 behind for
Beyond the
him.
5-goal threshold.
And the
That's
scoreboard
great.
right
Keeps them
now
proud in
is
it. Keeps them
hurting.
energised. And they've been fantastic. Hawthorn
39
really
to
struggling to move
8.
the ball, but when Port Adelaide have decided to move it, they're moving it
31
beautifully.
I think
points.
that's
the other.
31
I think that's the
points
thing. At the
margin.
moment, Hawthorn are being denied the
This is
corridor,
a
so
very
everything
bad
that they're
score.
getting is wide. Port Adelaide are forcing them wide, so defending the ground
Richards
really
did
well.
very,
When Port
very
Adelaide
well
get their chance,
to
they have
keep-
just got space to
try
work
to,
into. They're working harder than Hawthorn at the moment. They're more predictable to their teammates. And that there is a clear depiction on how the first quarter has unfolded.
Spot on. I think they're working harder than
Richards
Hawthorn.
is
Clearly
like
shows the way the teams are
trying
moving, the way they're working on
to get into the
defence.
Hawthorn player. The Hawthorn player
There
was
was a
trying
fear
to
for some coming here. This could actually be a
try to
one-sided
find
affair
an
despite the
opportunity to get away
billing.
from him and try to
I don't think anyone
get
thought it'd
away.
be 6 goals to 1 in favour of Port Adelaide. McKenzie stripped of it again. Butters the no-looker to the voice of Wines. Georgiades in the frame
Again,
again.
Georgiades. Oh,
Leap
nice.
of Jath. And the quick kick from the former Port halfback, but now the Hawks still.
That was a stress kick.
Sweat a lot of that, though.
Well,
Hasn't
Adelaide
a quick
has
kick.
it back.
There's a free kick here.
Yeah, I think Rioli and Barras behind the ball.
Premiership teammates.
Yep.
Barras can see the funny side of it. Pretty sure Ken Hinkley couldn't at this stage because everything is going Hawthorn's way. Amon crafts a kick to Impey.
Mark.
Another export
It's tell
now,
now
very
Hawthorn
much
was a free
part
kick.
of the
Really
Hawthorn
just-
mix. A high ball just tossed up in hope winning. The ruckman in their own unique style flew for it. Jones with the clearer. Jath and Richards get the legs pumping again. Had the insurance at the back. Battle. With the chest of McKenzie.
Nearly so
lurching
upset
forward
now,
and now looking forward. There's no movement yet. There's a few arms poking, just gentle suggestions about where he might place it. Obliges. Porter ready as well to defend. Delia the first hands. Boak the veteran off to Rosie. Just jam it on the boot and hope.
Oh.
And the mark initially was going to be paid, but it wasn't held. So it's a throw in.
I was going to... Bro, you guys see that? Umpire said it was a mark. Oh, shit.
Unusual.
That was the play.
Inside the last couple of minutes of this opening term. Meek protects the front. Newcomb overran it. Jones coming through. Sweet with a chance. Brings it inboard. Farrell not without risk. Out to Mead. Found the way
And now
through.
Adelaide are running.
Wines has got support inboard. It won't quite reach
That was a
Cochran.
very good hand
Ginnivan has
pass.
something
Now
to say
Hawthorn has
about
the ball
that.
now.
He'll pump the Hawks in deep.
He
Needs
kicks it
shoulder
long.
against Alir. Alir had front
We almost
position.
marked
Dropped it.
it.
Watson stripped with the ball.
Umpire said
Jones
play
stripped with the
on.
ball. It's ferocious around the footy.
That's great fight. Great
Good
fight
fight
Port
by
Adelaide.
Hawks.
I mean, that's the risk you take when you come into the middle of the ground. You do give the opposition some looks at it, but it's been so...
That was holding. Why was that not
Alir
free?
missed the boot, so
Umpire
still to
said
be
play on,
dealt
though.
with. Ginnivan ran into the
Go
jam.
up again.
It's been so fruitful in the middle of the ground for
Minute
Port
and 10 to
Adelaide.
go, guys.
We'll keep
Hawthorn are
challenging
fighting to
Hawthorn in
try
that
to
area
get
of
goal
the
before
ground.
quarter time.
Huge first quarter for Butters. 8 disposals, 4 clearances.
Just over a minute to at least see out for Port Adelaide. The opportunities are
Very
here for
opportunity for
Hawthorn.
Hawthorn to mark that.
No way forward for Amon.
Good job by Amon.
McGuinness
Good hand pass. Now Rioli just kicks it out.
buys a bit of time. There's 5 players wearing the Hawthorn jumpers that are closest. So it's a matter of sorting things out. The crowd, if you didn't know already, telling you that it's the Hawthorn captain with the footy. And he hits a target this time.
So what did he do exactly? He hit the post to send Port Adelaide to a preliminary final.
He may have responded a little bit to their coach. Alir.
Oh, he tripped.
Tight.
Dangerous tackle.
And it's 50, so
50
that
metres.
The
Oh,
Kenny signal, which is just
no.
to calm it down.
50
Don't do anything
metres.
silly. The adrenaline's pumping. Alir
That
doesn't
is
get
not
forward much
good.
these days.
Well, Georgiades has got about 20 metres on Barras.
Oh,
Don't do
what was
anything silly.
that?
I'm pretty sure that's what
He
Ken was
jumped
saying.
it.
It could be extremely costly. What will the
That was
price be?
costly.
Ginnivan trying to create.
I'm going to tell you guys what happened in a
some
second.
time.
But
The moment to go.
Hawthorn has the ball.
Still not there. McKenzie
Oh, good.
hanging on was Rosie.
That was a ball,
Winning
but
the
umpire
ball was
said play
Rosie.
on.
Winning the quarter is Rosie's men.
what a
Port
quarter this
Adelaide
is.
At quarter time,
What a quarter.
6 goals to 1.
What an absolute quarter that was. 39-8.
And the Port fans are on their feet. Kenny's got them revved up. Now it's up to Sam and the Hawks. 3 big quarters to go. What a finish to gather at.
Wow. Wow.
You won't believe who just went late.
Guys, it is quarter time. The scoreboard you guys can see is here, right here. Alright, that is the scoreboard. Okay. 39-8. 39-8. Alright. That is the scoreboard. Alright. And let me just get rid of this. me show you guys the goal kickers. So Georgiades missed it. It's all of Port Adelaide right now, so that is crazy. All of Port Adelaide, they're just going absolutely nuts right now. So yeah, Hawthorn did not have a chance to. They kicked one in the first quarter, but didn't play that really that good in the first one. So if we could go to timeline, so I can show you guys timeline. So you guys can see it is all of Port Adelaide. So Joe Witches kicked one, me missed it, Georgiades missed it, Georgiades kicked one, and yeah, it was the end of the first quarter. So geez guys, that is absolutely insane. So obviously now that was a very insane quarter. We had Willie Rioli, did something to the Hawthorn player that got a free kick. If you guys heard in the audio. And then basically Hawthorn was trying to find a way to kick one, trying to kick another goal so they can, so they can have a very good chance in the second quarter to be in front. But yeah, they just didn't do that. So, Roy, once again, guys, Roy Rioli did something to the Hawthorn player. They got a free kick. You guys heard there before, like 30 seconds, Hawthorn player tackled, did a dangerous tackle to a Port Adelaide player. That was a free kick. And then later on, I don't know, I think it was abuse. I didn't hear what the umpire basically said, but I did hear, like, he basically said it was a 50-minute penalty against Hawthorn. So, yeah, obviously Port Adelaide took that 50-minute penalty. But guess what happened to Uea was running to where the 50-meter was, just right, and he accidentally fumbled the ball. And the umpire said play on, and that's when Hawthorn players was going to sweep on him, but he eventually got the hand pass, but it went to Hawthorn player, and then just went insane there. So, wow, that was a very good first quarter. It was entertaining first quarter. What do you guys think of that first quarter? That was absolutely insane. Okay, guys, so we have about how long do we have? We've got about a minute. Okay, I want to tell you guys something quickly before we get ready to play in the to watch the second quarter. Once again, guys, sorry I did not stream yesterday. Obviously, two things. First thing is I had issues with my computer, so I had a blue screen issue, where what that basically means is that my computer basically says, hey, something was wrong with your computer, has to restart, etc., etc. So that basically happened, and it kept on doing it, and I didn't know what the reason was for, and was trying to find out the problem and how to fix it. And I found out the reason why I was doing that was something to do with the motherboard. So I went to the motherboard and I checked to see what the issue was, and it was like a cable. It was a cable that I don't know how. Like, it was very confusing, but it was not plugged in properly. Alright, but when I got this PC, it was plugged in. Everything was fine. I saw the motherboard cable. I didn't see the motherboard cable at all when I first got it, but I was trying to find out which cable, what was wrong with the PC, and it was just a cable. It was like loose, so had to tighten it up, etc., etc. And now it's working again. So, yeah, that's why I didn't stream yesterday. It was taking about 2 to 3 hours to find out what the issue was and try how to fix it. And I found out the issue and I fixed it properly. So, yeah, that was the reason why I didn't stream yesterday. And also, once I finished fixing the issue, I checked the scoreboard to see if it was necessary to stream in the third, fourth quarter. But yeah, Melbourne didn't play very well, and Essendon was destroying them. So yeah, that's basically I decided to not stream yesterday. But do not worry, guys. We will be streaming a lot though next week. I'll tell you guys the schedule in halftime because I think the game is about to start. Yep, the game is about to start, guys. All right, here we go. We're gonna watch the second quarter. The second quarter is about to start, guys. All right, put the audio back on. Here we go.
This was the Premier's request. It's been a promoter's dream for him. For the locals, 31-point leaders entering the second term. Newcombe and Warple trying to combine, but the pressure came from
tackle by Port.
All his options were closed down in the midfield, which allowed the pressure to come.
Race off the wing.
Play on.
Game number 4.
Bounce, and then Adelaide slumping the Hawthorn player.
out.
Just holding the ball.
Plays in the Horn Francis direction when early the
Nice time by Horn
zone.
Francis. Good mark.
Move it on. Play on.
Methodical,
Umpire
not
says play on.
blazing. And now checking the kick to the lead of Georgiades. Across the front came Impey. They're not playing man in front this week.
Umpire
It's
said
a dangerous position to stand in front. You see here the Horn Francis mark.
Jordan, Lloyd.
It's good hang time.
Port attacking. Horn Francis on the fly. Broke the tackle to the teeth of goal. Lord brings it to ground. So ball to be won. Rosie is there.
What
as
was
well.
Rosie?
The
He
captain
kicks it.
serving in every way.
He kicks the goal.
Connor Rosie bounces this out to 37
Connor
points.
Rosie kicks one.
A penny for his thoughts.
Oh, absolutely.
second
We've seen the
quarter.
change, haven't we, Jared? Off half-back, starting off half-back tonight. It's been an inspired move, leading possession winner in the first quarter. Now he's named at half-back. He's playing at half-back, but he's really a front-half player, isn't he? He's getting very high up the field, Geordie.
Wow.
Good finish, isn't it? Snap around the body from 48. I love the work from Jason Horn-Francis. That ball could have gone into another stoppage across there on the left-hand side, but he brought it back into the middle of the ground to a really dangerous position.
And these half-backs, we got the ball, hand pass it to Connor Rosie, and Connor Rosie had space to
for
kick
Sam
it.
Mitchell in the coach's box. That is a fantastic finish.
Agreed.
Some start to the game, Connor Rosie.
It's a concern
This
because
is
they're dominating
hurting
clearance,
Hawthorn a lot,
16-9
guys.
at the moment, so
45
Hawthorn
to
players
8.
getting sucked to the contest.
Margin out to 37. Warple just flings it blindly straight to Sweet. And they're in again with equal numbers. Jobs to do. Battle was able to deny Georgiades that time. Sicily had a glance left and right before giving it back to Battle. And they worked their way across and now out.
Adelaide.
Weddle's kick into the space. The platform for Newcombe to try and swivel the
tackle,
Butters.
boundary.
Wasn't letting him get away.
Last 7 clearances, Hutto to Port Adelaide.
Yeah,
so we always see
Adelaide
Sam
are
Mitchell
just
put a number
pressuring
behind
so
the ball.
hard.
Maybe
They're
he needs to
tackling
start
and
thinking
not
about putting a
giving
number around the ball.
A chance
Just
to
to help
score.
in that territory battle.
7 clearances for Adelaide, 1 clearance to Hawthorn.
Mick takes it
All
on
for
himself.
Adelaide right now.
Another little torpedo. It's catching.
Okay, Gunston
probably can't exactly pace away from Radicalier. Is it all of it in slow motion, and Radicalier eventually gets the handball to Boak, and Morrison is ready and waiting.
Yeah, he wanted to take it over. Radicalier probably would have been paid deliberate out of bounds.
Jordan, Lloyd.
Boundary throw in.
Lockie Jones back in the goal square with the watching brief on Watson. Lear on Scholl. Radicalier on Gunston. That's all 30 to 40 away from where this throw-in is. Batted away by Butters. Hawks to have first plane at Moore and had the support. Weddle cleverly to his own advantage. Waiting on the outside, Morrison. Hardwick. Some holding, but
Holding.
to the defender. Down to Radicalier.
It's a bit happening off camera too. Powell Pepper versus Sicily going at each other. It's a great matchup.
Sim receives regardless and brings Port out. Good spoil from Meek.
Nice.
Ended up with it. Sweet in his way. Sweet taps it down. Drew.
Oh, good hand pass.
Lords the target up ahead.
Holding, Hawthorn.
Hawthorn free.
It's the more experienced defender.
Time back on.
How will Hawthorn approach this? It's a salvage mission already.
Do they need to change up the midfield mix? They need to get Ginnivan or Watson into the centre bounce. Just change some
they've
things
tried more there, but I think you're right. I think once it goes outside the centre bounce, they certainly need more numbers around there because Port Adelaide are dominating inside to outside. But maybe it is a Watson.
Forced into the long down the line. Morrison had a go. Sweet made the spoil. More underneath. Fed it to Morrison.
Nice.
Looks backwards. Battle searches for the targeting board and finds Newcombe with footy in hand.
2 metres back. Stand.
You see there, they're just not allowing Hawthorn to use the corridor.
Oh, Misty True absolutely committed himself. Jarred it clear now. Ball to be won. Farrell off the deck. Here comes
now,
Francis.
now a chance
straight
for
out
Port.
the front. Kicks at the Pepper. Couldn't quite win it.
Nice.
Sicily held his nerve and held him at bay. Battle and Barris blind kick down the line, so it's going to be coming straight back.
Oh, he jumped the
Too many
mark.
dump kicks from Hawthorn at the moment. They're under enormous pressure out of their back half.
Look, had time to fumble and recover. Back to Sin, one of the best long kicks in the competition. When he hits it right, and he does. Rising was Lord. Made the contest.
Pal Pepper will kick again.
He's going well. The crowd.
Another one.
More. He
Another one for Pal Pepper.
What a snap from Sam Powell-Pepper. They have
2 goals for
electrified
Powell-Pepper.
the gather-round crowd.
And it's 51
and they lead by
to
43 points. And now
they're going at Powell-Pepper.
as well.
Look at Hawthorn. They are literally going on him.
Keep the camera on that because
They are pissed
James
off
Sicily
and they
would
want
not
to
like
bite his
to watch that
hand off.
replay. I thought it was a fantastic win by James Sicily, the one that came in before. He was in front, Powell-Pepper, and then he just halved that contest and Hawthorn were able to
51
rebound. Then he just
to
let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Just let him run out to the ball.
You've got to follow that particular match-up through.
It was really surprising, just in play, just to let him go like that, have free access to the ball. And Powell-Pepper, I wanted to remind him of that. There's a lot going on behind play.
43 points. There have been some wicked swings. Hawthorn have got to get going now. Sweet out the back. Drew the footy. Sweet stayed up. Burgoyne shoots it out.
Adelaide have
Cochrane
the
with a chance
clearance
to bring
again.
them forward. Just a little off balance.
This is going to be a very bad scoreboard.
Powell-Pepper with a head of steam. Gave it up though.
Hawthorn needs to kick it
McGuinness
right now.
worked
They're
it away.
getting demolished.
So Hawthorn with a chance to build. Gunston
Nice.
comes up, receives the more pass.
Gunston needs to go. Just go, kick it long.
Inboard to McGuinness, who kept on working.
Stand. They clear it back. Come out now.
Like they find the Hawks inside 50. It's going to be long to a contest, so Chol has to go. He doesn't have good position.
No,
And Radagalia, strong
I do
hands.
not have
When you're
that.
caught behind like that, just bring the ball to ground.
Back behind us, Summer. Stand. Time.
If your child, give your
Back
small
where you just
forwards and your
got
midfielders
that.
a chance to crumb.
Joel was trying to mark that, but he just got
They're being dominated in every aspect at the moment. Hawthorn.
Radaglia kicks it long.
Out to the wing. Jath and Meek both flew, but not from the right position. Ward able to shake
good hand
clear.
pass.
A rare win in a tight contest. Battle's handball, though, was aimless. Lines didn't look much better, but it's tidied up by Butters. Cochrane a little wild and woolly, but again, Zach in his second game back, leading from the front. Jath tracks it down. Ward going to have plenty of opportunity. Here comes Gunston with the lead. Met nicely by Radaglia with a powerful punch. Again, Butters. The ball finding him. Burgoyne to Sweet. Nice collect from Farrell.
How about just
And more yardage from Powell-Pepper to Cochrane on the slide. Rioli at half forward. They are loose everywhere.
Yeah,
the
this
goals
is
are still there.
bad.
Do you want it? Do you want it? Georgiades says no. He's going to take care.
Yeah, it's just so indicative. Look at the ground ball number here. It's an absolute smashing. Plus 15 Port Adelaide. How often
That
have we
was a
seen
good hand
Hawthorn have
pass
got
and
the out number
Burgoyne's-
at ground ball? Port Adelaide get the ground ball low,
Burgoyne
and they
had
start their
the
chain.
numbers.
Sam Mitchell
The
will be really
kicking was
concerned about that
efficiency was
aspect of the
very
game.
good and
Normally
it's
the
found the
strength
space
of
for
Hawthorn.
Georgiades.
He'll be concerned about just about everything
Yes.
at the moment. This to take Port Adelaide out to a 49-point lead.
Well,
2 for Mitch Georgiades. The goals are coming from everywhere, in every way. And the scoreboard is quite astonishing.
Well, I think that's the thing, Hutto. If you're Sam Mitchell
I'm
and you're
not
trying
gonna
to
lie,
fix
it's the Hawthorn coach
some part,
really
there's
wants to
just
get
too
this
much
power.
going wrong at the moment. And Port Adelaide in these types of plays have just been too clean. They just kept turning up and then they get that contested ball into the open spaces, and then even the defenders are all at sea. You just see the decisions that they make here. They let Georgiades slip in behind, and then it ends up being an uncontested mark inside the forward 50.
Yeah, I'd probably lay more of the blame around the players around the ball, because it is throwing the defenders out, but the defenders certainly not blameless.
No.
They've been all out of whack. They've been unorganised.
57-8.
9 goals to 1. Jason Dunstall posed the question, how could Hawthorn be premiership favourites? They won't be anymore.
They have not kicked a goal for the past,
unless they can get the scent in their nostrils right now. Sweet wins the tap out near Wines. They duel for the ball. Sweet has committed himself to everything. Warple's hamper spilt the way of Wines. Jaff gets first access going back. Kick to the contest. Moore at least halved it and then went on the follow-up, ran into Bergman, dedicated to the tackle and stick it hard.
Love their pressure too, Port Adelaide. They've turned up tonight. They've brought the heat. They've been able to win the ground ball, but when Hawthorn's had the ball, they've been able to apply the pressure.
Jarrett's gone early, Geordie.
I know.
Unless they can. Unless they can, Anthony.
Remember round 10 last year?
Jordan, Lloyd, hold the
Yeah,
meter.
well, there's a lot of improvement to happen before that comeback starts.
So they set up for the boundary throw-in. Meek planted himself in front. Horn Francis got taken
That's a
high
high.
way through.
But even that, just proactive at the stoppage, Horn Francis on the move. Even if he doesn't get, he's taking two Hawthorn midfielders.
This is a very bad
creating
scoreboard
space
so
for
far,
someone
guys.
else.
Hawthorn have not kicked one once again for the past 25 minutes. They're
Take the
still
ground
on
up
8.
ahead, see what comes of it. And
Port Adelaide
comes
just
of it.
smashing them with the contested marks.
He whacks it in
intercept
the
marks,
Georgiades direction. He's going to have plenty of
everything right
company.
now.
Riddle across the front, takes the intercept.
And also the clearance.
So this is the Hawthorn play. Intercept in the back half. Usually they would try and switch the ball. Port Adelaide have denied this opportunity so far in the early part of this game. You can see there, looking for the switch, nothing on, forces them back down the line.
And Bergman had the perfect vantage point.
Another intercept
Take
mark.
the intercept.
What is wrong with this?
Cut off another one.
How does
Sends
it
it
cut off?
forward
This is going to be an easy
Rosie.
goal here.
Was he close enough? It's line ball. Oh,
That's
I
a
think
goal.
it's gone
Yeah,
down.
no one touched it. No one touched it.
2 goals for the captain.
Wow,
And this
another
is
one for
barely
Port.
believable.
Connor
Where
Worsey
are you,
again. This is
Hawthorn?
unbelievable for Port Adelaide.
An inspired move by the coaching staff to put this man to half back.
Yeah, I
Been a very
really
attacking
think
halfback
it's
by
game
G,
over
Geordie.
now. Like,
They've
they're
obviously won the
Hawthorn have
clearance, so
not
that's
done
allowed him to
anything.
ride up on the back of their clearance dominance, so get high up the field.
Port
He's
Adelaide
been
is
able to play
smashing
a lot of the game
everything
in the
right
front
now.
half, and that's why he's been able to hit the
No
scoreboard
errors, they're
and
just
finish
playing
again.
beautifully.
They've kicked well for goal.
Where's he just
That is
kicks
the
it very long
byproduct
and
of
high.
Port Adelaide disallowing Hawthorn to switch the ball, forcing them down the line to where their numbers are. Bergman is a really creative player. He will pick off that one in the middle of the ground if there's
Trying
any
to make sure he
space
doesn't touch
for a
it.
player like Rosie. So if you
Straight
don't
in.
use the switch
Another
and the
one.
inside play like Hawthorn can at the moment, Port Adelaide will.
55 points, 10 goals to 1. It's not what was billed as the main event. To work they go. Wines wins the hard ball off to Drew. Rioli's his target. Kept it trapped in front of him. Fed it to Burgoyne. Looking inside 50.
Burgoyne.
Lord's going to have to
Another
stand
one for
underneath
Port.
it. And
Another
Georgiades might be
clearance
the
after the
beneficiary.
bounce.
Lord keeps it in. No, he
Umpire
didn't.
said out for him. Every single time, I'm
front
going
of
to
a
say every single
well-populated
time,
hill.
whenever an umpire
Footy fans of all
balls
persuasions.
does the bounce again, Port Adelaide just goes for it.
4-1 out of the centre bounce at the moment.
Glum. And Sam Mitchell has left the box to see what might be done. He might be better off inside the boundary than outside at the moment. Headaches everywhere. Instructions being barked. Order trying to be restored, but really it's about stopping the hemorrhaging. D'Ambrosio got caught. It's good work to get Mackenzie with a fumble. Hardwick off the last line, so it's kick and hope stuff. Burgoyne set himself.
Burgoyne again.
Unopposed at the last.
Yeah, they're second-guessing themselves now, Hawthorn.
Another contested intercept mark.
Bergman
End zone.
To the contest, Georgiades arrived.
Georgiades almost marked it. Another goal for Port
Gets
Adelaide.
his snap away. Lord trying to bet. Here's Palpepper.
Pepper.
Can he?
Oh, there
would have
we-
been something. Mead works it around. Pressure everywhere.
It was close, Palpepper.
Wow, nearly. Pepper got tackled and he was trying to
Oh, it would have been something.
do a
wouldn't it?
360 kick.
Yeah, watch Sean Francis here. He's getting through these stoppage with force.
This is not looking good for
Sweet
Hawthorn.
with a tap down. Back to the goal line.
Behind. So
That's as
Port
good a
Adelaide have a
result as
minus
Hawthorn
score.
could have hoped for. 56 is now the margin. Carl Amon.
No score for Hawthorn. 4 goals
Heavy
to
to the
1
outside.
behind for Port Adelaide.
Now they break. Looks like he's going to kick to the numbers. Not prepared to take a chance just at the moment, which is understandable. McGuinness with the rise. Gunston's hands shut down immediately. A lot of traffic to get back through. Lee did it well. Farrell
Nice.
slapped it forward. Pepper, Georgiades.
Good job
quick
by
thinking.
Pepper.
Goal square again.
Another one for Port.
Beautiful
Now
take
have another goal. He's running, he's running, he's running. He's another one.
Rampant.
Another one for Port.
They are everywhere.
Wow.
They are Port Adelaide. This is more like
62
Port Adelaide and
points.
Sydney last year rather than when Port met Hawthorn and
This
they
is
came
not
back.
looking good.
Where you been hiding this stuff, Kenny?
Wow.
He's struggling to contain his joy at the moment. Again, Port Adelaide have been outstanding. Geordie spoke about
70 to
several
8.
occasions. They just can't get the uncontested marks going now.
Adelaide
31
are
times
winning by
Hawthorn has tried to
62
move it from their
points.
back half, and only 5 times they've reached their forward 50.
This is the
Port just turning the
bad
ball over.
scoreboard for
And they're
Gatherwell.
turning
This
up
is
in
the
numbers.
last game for Gatherwell for 2025.
You can see where Port Adelaide spares are. I think that's a really good indication on controlling the ground, really good field position. When you look out there, you just see the Port backs just setting up really well behind the play. And then once they go inside forward 50, they are working as well as they have this year
that
together,
is
the Port
bad
forwards.
right now. The scoreboard's
Too
very, very
tough,
bad.
too clean, and miles too good. 62 points. The Hawks bereft. Meek, beautiful tap.
Nice. Finally, Hawthorn have the
Goes in
clearance
deep
again.
from Warple. It didn't amount to what they would have hoped.
Well, that'd hurt. Too tough. Sam Mitchell wouldn't be happy with that.
Finally,
Pride
Hawthorn
themselves,
got the
especially this
intercept
midfield.
bounce.
Tough bunch of boys in
Finally.
there. They've been absolutely trounced.
Now they need a goal. Can they kick
Lyons
one?
ended up
They need
getting
to
the
kick
tap.
one.
Boat dispossessed. Sicily sticks the tackle.
I was getting a sore neck, Jared, just turning left the whole time out of the centre bounce.
So some rare time in the
Ouch.
forward setup. Meek had a mind. Was he taken to ground without it? Alia
Aguilera.
in front of Rosie.
Now
Up
Port
to
Adelaide
Horn
getting
Francis.
running
He's
away from
being
the
pursued.
Hawthorn
They made no
goals.
ground. Richards is
They're
out there
going
with
towards their
Cochrane.
goals.
Richards lets it bounce
Down to
away.
throw in.
Probably the right
And now
call with a
near-
couple of Hawks up ahead.
Bounce
Mitchell,
earlier. Look at the Port Adelaide fans, they are
there's a
cheering
world
the
of
Port.
problems ahead. We've only just crossed the halfway mark of the second term, if you can believe that. For that scoreboard to be in
Contested
operation.
possessions. Port Adelaide 21.
Mead
16
clean tap, but a
Hawthorn.
ricochet the way of Cochrane. Goes
Oh,
nowhere.
and
Mead's up
Port
to
Adelaide
meet
right now.
it.
They are playing
Jones
beautifully.
lends a hand. What's he got on the outside?
Scoreboard
Horn
is
Francis and
ouch right
Burgoyne for
now.
company.
Not looking good.
Burgoyne settles himself over the kick and he finds the
Very
target
good
in
kick.
Bunnings.
Playing beautifully. Now
Bunnings
he's
has a
gonna play
mind
on.
to
He's gonna
go.
kick it
Give them
very
a look
well.
inside 50. Lovely mark by Barris. Stocking trade.
Dallas marks it.
You see they're looking to switch.
Barris all too familiar with this sort of
9 minutes to
scoreline.
go to half
The
time.
last few years at West Coast, not what he signed up for at all.
But that is a great shot there down the field. You can see every single Hawthorn player and even Jarman Impey trying to generate some movement. All options to close down.
Sorry, Jordan, but they do have his time. If they can just gradually work their way.
Need to change up the midfield. So Watson and Ginnivan haven't touched the ball this quarter. McKenzie's only had the one there. McKenzie's been playing in the midfield the whole time, Geordie. They need to change the complexion of it.
Only been inside 53 times for the turn. And
What was that kick?
that's why. That can't get
That
past
is disgusting kick.
the wing.
Connor Nash hasn't touched it. He's another midfielder.
Kicks it and then
throw the
essentially
magnets
just
out the window and
finds the
start
play,
again.
kicks it and then
Poke.
just Here he goes.
Ward comes marching out. Excellent effort from Sicily, but Richards found a way. It was touched. So even if the ball turned like an Angus Monfrey's kick back here in one of those showdowns, it wouldn't have been a goal. McGuinness targets more.
Nice.
Rosie doesn't mind this half-back stop.
Adelaide fans are going crazy right now.
Forward, kick goals, inspire.
Best position on the ground, Hutto. We all want to come back as half-back flankers.
What's to be done? 11 goals to 1. Port attack again. Wines takes up the ruck duties. Nash down. Butters coming through. Hand pass to space. Impey shut it down. Chance was hot. Banged into by Powell Pepper.
Been inspired, Sam Powell Pepper.
Thanks, boundary, guys. Connor, Ollie, there you guys.
Quite a lot coming through there, isn't there?
Just ball, play on.
Quite clear at Newcomb Warple. What a fumble that is. Ends up tackling Burgoyne. So what is so clean one way is fumbling and jury the other. And holds his ground. Nash wrenches it clear. Couldn't really get it away. Burgoyne off the ground. Wines in close confines and Mead over the boundary.
And they'll be happy with this. Port Adelaide repeat stoppages. See there, Nick Watson is up in and around the stoppage to give them some support at ground level.
Nothing to say for Hawthorn right now.
Down forward now.
Yep, but that just allows Port Adelaide to have a spare behind the ball once again. And that spare is Connor Rosie.
Understudies go to work again in the ruck, and Wines, Butters, coughed it up. Nash, rare touch thus far.
Oh, smother.
Overwhelmed by the pressure.
Good smother by Port.
The delight of the locals filling the Adelaide air.
Thank you, Ollie. Connor.
5 goals, 1 unanswered. And an astonishing second quarter.
Again.
The margin at 62. Nash can't escape. Nash from Cochrane were clever. Farrell shapes the kick for Powell Pepper.
Tried to tap it away.
Back in defence.
Going again. Oh, now they're going in again.
Two magnets have been thrown around.
Hands off, Connor. Ollie, let go. Let go.
Trying to get another 50.
Few shenanigans going on the way back to goal. Wines just grabbed it out of the ruck. Powell Pepper was taking anything in his road. Needs having quite the night. Butters, he measured that.
Oh, very good.
He got it perfectly to Jones.
Again, look out.
Wow.
Here he is again.
Misses
Rosie.
So Jones and Rosie both positioned inside their forward 50 as half-back flankers when the stoppage is about 65 metres out from goal.
Well, I think that's why Sam Mitchell will be scratching his head. So he sent extra numbers to the stoppage, and they're still losing the stoppages.
Amon given a little latitude, which he was happy to take. He's gone long for Sicily.
Nice,
He's outnumbered. Gliding in. Jones
now
with ball in hand again.
5 innocent marks this quarter. Port Adelaide.
Jones, that's an expansive switch to Sweet. Just dropped it. And
have a chance now.
Through. Sweet stuck the tackle and won it right back.
The ball advantage.
Sitting on the advantage.
Adelaide
Francis steadies himself. Balks inboard, gets the momentum to the teeth of goal. Rioli had to go, created just enough interference. And sees it over the boundary.
He's done a couple of times in this game. He's had to fly or at least nullify the contest and bring the ball to ground. Great effort by a small forward.
81% time in forward half. The last 10 minutes before 19%.
1% in Port Adelaide's favour.
Still no goals.
Sweet against Nash, so I wonder what Sweet has in mind. A deft touch for Rioli. Couldn't get it away once or twice. Newcomb held up with the footy. We'll try again.
All up. 6 minutes to go. I wonder what Twitter community are saying about Hawthorn playing so badly.
Impey swinging a miss. Butters
kicks it long. It's going. Another one.
The margin is 69 points.
They kicked another one.
Which is the margin of the greatest comeback of all time in AFL history. So that's where we are already with 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Once again, it's the
Another
cleanliness
one.
to go from a contested situation to Port Adelaide
This is
players
a
waiting on
Friday
the
night for Port
outside.
Adelaide.
So you
69.
just see there, Will and Drew off the back.
69
He's on Nick
points.
Watson, so if Watson gets the ball, he can apply pressure. He just waits, sets himself for that handball that comes out. 40 metres around the
This guy
body.
was waiting
Too
for the
many players
handball.
from Hawthorn inside the contest. Zach Butters was the player that delivered the handball.
Wow.
This has been some sort of performance.
This has been an absolute smacking in the midfield, hasn't it? 4-3 from stoppage. 1 point for Hawthorn, plus 23 ground ball gets. That's been the discrepancy in the contested numbers.
Sean Burgoyne.
Well, while this is going on, Miles Bergman's just come off and getting seen to by the trainers. A bit of an injury complaint to his knee. And for Hawthorn, Luke Bruce, the sub, is sitting there. Maybe they need to change it up and activate that now. You know, 300-game player with experience, maybe get him on.
Morrison fights for the ball on the wing. Newcombe tried to create the play and did so successfully. Impey in very close to Ginnivan and back to Impey, who ran the line. He'll give the Hawks a look in the square, and
Joel nearly.
Jones did just
Now
enough.
Jones are winning.
And passes to Burgoyne. Brings Port aggressively in the Georgiades direction. Battle equally, so did he throw that to Newcombe? No, he tapped it. Newcombe caresses it to the hot spot and
And now
everywhere.
Port Adelaide got the
He should get
intercept.
50 there.
That's 50, yeah.
Watson just
That's
came
50,
running
wow.
straight through the protected zone.
Let him go.
Yeah, Rosie should go too. He'll give the hand pass away. Butters, one-on-one deep forward. Horn Francis at the drop. Paddles, gathers. Can he? Where's he thinking? Had time to get it away. Georgiades
This
out
is
the
a
sweep.
save
Leave it
good
too
right
cute.
now.
Horn Francis.
Oh, that's high.
Just be the battering ram.
He's been a bull this quarter. Coming up for his 8th disposal. He's been enormous.
The Hawthorn players just looked at each other there.
Yeah, they're second-guessing themselves. He just wanted it more, Horn Francis.
Jarman.
To see
12
there.
goals to 1.
Yeah, I understand. That's a fair point. I didn't see it that way, but that's fair.
Watson gets a half concession from the umpire about the other end.
It looked like a textbook 50. Jason Horn-Francis to inflict yet more pain. That won't
He
do
missed it very badly.
But it
Right on
does
the
tip us into
post,
record-breaking territory if this goes. It'd be something to behold, Hutto, if it happens.
Yeah, it certainly would be.
78-8. 4 minutes to go.
Scoreless
Give me a
score
penalty
from
from
Hawthorn
Port Adelaide.
through 27 minutes.
Still not.
Amon
What's it? Hawthorn players will just
bangs it
need
up to the outer
play
side.
out of
Radicalier
that to get out.
fisting it forward. D'Ambrosio, a lot to go his way for it to find a teammate. It did. To Ward initially, and now Newcombe are in hot pursuit. Sicily always has time. Newcombe doesn't have much. Ginnivan, cue the booze. To half forward. Gunston found a
Nice,
way.
Gunston.
Realises suddenly he
Good
can
job,
mark it.
Gunston.
And pace back to goal. Battle amongst them charging forward. As they look for a different recipe, Georgiades finds himself in the land of defence, but Gunston is rubbing his hands together thinking that he can. He is their lone goal kicker.
Play on. End zone.
Didn't sound like the contact was great.
Holding, Port Adelaide.
Holding Port. Wow.
That's a free kick against.
No
It's
goal.
thrown out of the way. And
Mark,
I'm surprised that kick though from Gunston.
go back 2
So
metres,
unless it was a
outside
set play, you're going to drop it 15 metres out from goal. He had players one-on-one ahead of the ball.
That's just give up stuff,
Yeah,
taking
shocking.
hold like that.
Shocking. That's senior player too.
that was
Ian
Harry
Morrison.
Morrison.
You should have not
Kicked the
done that.
posits
Why
out
we
at
just
half
throw
back battle?
Port Adelaide away
Drew
when you literally
Butters
were about to score?
Kicked it quickly, but he knew where he was kicking it to. And who in Horn Francis. Hardwick prepared to wear the contact he always is. But again, Port prevail. And that's
That's an
probably
L4.
about all he could do.
Inefficient attempt.
And the free's going Hawthorn's way with 2:41 on the clock.
Sam Mitchell got an old-fashioned spray on him at half-time.
Looks like
Oh,
Bergman
absolutely. I reckon they
is
would have
down
caught
to
one at
Williams. I
quarter
think he's
time.
out.
He might not have much left in the tank to give one at half time.
Bergman's gone down to the rooms there. Might have, but chose not to. Berry is the sub tonight. Joe Berry will be playing game number 5.
I mean, you just can't see a clear way in which Hawthorn can move the ball.
I think more A+ than B, to be honest, but
Well, we wondered if they had a plan B, and they've shown it tonight.
They just haven't been allowed to.
the Hawks need more than one small step. They're going to need
Giants
huge leaps
found
in the second
yet.
half. Butters again at the source.
Good job by
Rosie
Butters.
Mead tumbles it forward. Boat clean gather.
Nice.
And Rosie's
Good
on the
job from
follow-up. What have they got inside 50? Georgiades is a bit wide for him.
I don't think Rosie will be going back to the midfield, Brownie.
No, I don't think so. The senior players have been brilliant tonight. Hawthorn, Francis, Butters, Rosie. They've led from the front. Drew's done a good job. So those guys around the ball, we know Rosie started half back, but they're leaders. Senior leaders have stood up. So Kenny Inkley be most happiest about.
That was the real Kenny, not the fake Kenny. There wasn't.
Nice. Rioli straight through the stoppage.
It's going to be another goal for
It's curling, but won't quite do enough.
79
Goal
to
1
8.
for Willie.
10 scoring shots for the quarter. Sorry, Hutto.
That's right. Yeah,
10
19
scoring shots.
scores to 3.
Yep.
Kick his boundary side. Better from Morrison that time.
Go.
Wanted to keep it moving. Good call, Weddle. Just gliding along, and he's angled it to Gunston.
Nice,
Seems to be about
Gunston.
the only
Finally
channel at
marks
the
it.
moment that's
Take your
working
shots.
for Hawthorn.
We just saw the distance that he couldn't cover before, so he needs to find a different one, have a better method.
Sicily's back in the square. Meek is also a presence.
He'll be on high alert if you're the Port Adelaide defence.
They've done everything right so far in this game, Port Adelaide. Gunston shows enormous self-confidence that he can kick it 50 metres. And you know
Yes!
what? He can. He was right. He still has Hawthorn's entire goal total. And that is a meagre 2, but at least there is something on the scoreboard and something to work with perhaps from here on in.
My apologies to Jack Gunston, Hutto. It might just not have hit his foot that last one that he took. But this is the play that they haven't been able to get. The handball receive in between the arcs. The handball to Weddle. And they had a spare foot of the ball. So Lear on that occasion had to choose between the two players. And the Weddle kick on the outside of the boot went to Jack Gunston. In a rare play for Hawthorn so far in the first half.
Sean Burgoyne.
Yeah, Connor Nash has come off and he's getting his arm looked at by the doctor and the physio. So he's one of the players who can put a shutdown roll on Butters or Horn Francis or Rosie. So he's the one they probably can't afford to lose in the midfield. And the sub Luke Bruce is warming up now too.
1:12.
Silk's still got some influence at Hawthorn by the sound of it.
He's got a foot in both camps. I know.
65-point margin. Sweet. Clean, then ended up just tossing it up in the air.
Off one again, have to
Good
Kuntz.
evasive action from Moore to try to set the Hawks up. Too strong for Watson, who lit up
Down
underneath
to
it.
phone.
Thrown in.
Now on Hawthorn's side.
6 goals to 1 in each of the first 2 quarters.
12 goals to 2.
The Hawks just striving for one more.
Holding Hawthorn.
Finally.
Might get a chance through there, Ruckman.
Jump hold at the back. One back on. Mark's here.
Just kick it. Just have to kick it. Don't pass it. Just kick it. You're losing by so much.
So he
Why
can
not
kick
just
it a
kick
long
it?
way. 3 goals this season. 17 in his career.
Lloyd Meek.
How long left?
It's the fistful of tights.
Yeah, I'll be driving.
It's the drag on the jumper. Lloyd Meek has had his colours lowered through the first half. Looking to strike a blow. It's got a bit to do, and it does.
He's kicked it.
So the Hawks with the last couple. At least something to lift what looked like bedraggled spirits. They're down by 59.
It just gives them some positive energy coming into half-time in what has been a really disappointing
Lloyd Meek and
first half. You can
Jack
just see there
Johnston.
the jumper hold. Very rarely the
Now they have
umpires
to do
miss
something
those
in
ones. So
half-time
2
to make sure
really
they get
important,
back in the
difficult
game.
shots by
Right
Gunston
now,
and Lloyd
Hyatt
Meek
might
on the
fit
eve of
it up.
half-time. You see there in the box, Connor Nash getting his wrist assessed. So a little win before half-time for the Hawthorn going in. 13 seconds left. They have a mountain to climb.
Here we go.
Back to
seconds
59.
half time. Making sure that Port Adelaide
No
do
margin
not
for error.
try
They
to
wanted to add another one.
pick another one.
Kenzie to Ward. Richards slows them.
And
Jack
they
to
do Hawthorn.
Amon. Hawthorn kicks the last 2 goals, but Ken Hinkley could scarcely have thought that his team would be able to produce anything like this when he came to the
79
game
to
here
20.
tonight.
Wow.
20 for Zach Butters, who's
Before
led
it
the
was
way.
like 77
Rosie's had
to
16,
8, and
Hall
now
Francis
finally
14.
Hawthorn kicked 2 goals, so that's pretty good.
And I mean, so the key protagonists on the other side have been unsighted. Ginnivan and Watson just haven't been part of the fray
Half
at
time,
all.
guys.
A lot to
79
take
20.
in, and our experts will give their best analysis when we come back. A huge shock on the cards at Gather Round, the final night of what has been an incredible weekend in Adelaide. And the biggest surprise, it appears, has come at the last.
All right, guys. Okay, half time. This is the current scoreboard, guys. 79 to 20. We got 18 minutes until halftime ends. And Hawthorn kicked 2 goals about a minute and a half before halftime. So Jack Gunston and Lloyd Meek have kicked 2 50-minute goals to lift their side back up. So hopefully in halftime they can find a plan to do something to try make sure they can get back in the game. But looks like highly unlikely that they can win this game because Port Adelaide have just smashed them in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Georgiades kicked a lot of goals. Bergman kicked from 50. I think he's going to be out because he's hurt his leg. We have Power Pepper, who is playing like Dustin Martin right now, so he kicked 2 goals. And yeah, a lot of Adelaide players are playing very, very good so far. So yeah, currently this is the scoreboard right now. This is a very bad scoreboard once again. Port Adelaide once again are winning by 59 points. 59 points is the margin right now. So that is a very, very high scoreboard. So right now, guys, let's just go ahead and tell you guys the other results for the Gather Round. So once again, guys, this is the last game for Gather Round for 2025. So let's just go through the results for the matches so far that have been done. So Geelong have won by 19 points. They defeated Adelaide. We watched this game on Friday. Collingwood versus Sydney. Collingwood have won by 31 points. North Melbourne have lost by Gold Coast by 52 points. That was a very bad scoreboard. Carlton have finally won a game. They've finally won a game yesterday. So they have defeated West Coast Eagles by 71 points. So they finally have won a game. Brisbane have defeated Western Bulldogs by 21 points. And this is a game we were supposed to watch yesterday, Melbourne versus Essendon, but I had some issues with my computer, so we didn't stream that yesterday. But they have won by 39 points, Essendon. The next one is my team versus Freo. My team, once again, did not play very, very well. And we lost by whooping by 61 points. And Giants versus St Kilda. Giants have won by 28 points. And that is it so far. So currently this match is still going on. We're still watching this match. Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn. And yeah, Hawthorn are losing by 59 points. That is absolutely insane. So hopefully they can try to win this one. Hopefully they can bring bring their A game. So yeah, that is a very bad scoreboard right now. All right, so let's see what the Twitter community are saying about Hawthorn versus Port Adelaide right now. So let's see. Hawthorn versus Freo. Versus Port Adelaide, I should say, not Freo. Hawthorn versus Port. Let me rewrite this. This is very bad. See what people are saying. Conspiracy theory. Port are even good. They just need one South Africa team to win this epic weekend because the other rounds they just drugged Hawthorn's entire defense line. Jeez. Time to wake up, Hawthorn. What the fuck is going on? Making Port look like reasonable for a change, but can we please start trying now? What the heck? I've just popped on the footy and Port are winning Hawks 70-8. I'm quite happy to see Hawthorn dealt well check, but did it have to be fucking Port? Port Adelaide currently has a better percentage than Hawthorn, who were at the top of the table entering this round. And absolutely loving this for Hawthorn. Just need Port to hang on. Mitchell is going to put a walk at them at half time. They're going to come out firing. Port leads by 59 points at half time. Yeah, this is Sam Mitchell at half time. If I say what I think, I'll be suspended for 6 months. I want to post that. That's so funny. Yeah, guys, Hawthorn, man, Hawthorn, like they're like first place on the ladder, I believe. I don't know how they're playing so bad against Port. Premiership favourite Hawthorn being demolished by Port Adelaide. But yeah, still nothing, not that much about Hawthorn Port. No one's talking about them. I need to see more to believe. Absolutely. Yeah, guys. Jeez, that is a very bad scoreboard. Very bad scoreboard. Ouch. Alright, let's go to... We're not going to be going to Fortnite, but I'm not going to put my PlayStation... I'm not going to put my PlayStation on, so... I know many people are going to be asking how we're going to view the item shop for Sunday. Well, we're going to be doing this view via Fortnite.gg. So we can look at the shop like this, to be honest. Alright, but we're not going on PlayStation. We're just going to be viewing the shop in this website. Alright, so this is the item shop. Okay, once again, for Sunday, April 13th. Alright, shop resets in 13 hours. We have 12 items leaving, 5 that are new, 46 that are different than yesterday, and there's nothing about longest wait. So this is the actual item shop for Sunday. It's not messed around or clickbait or anything. This is the item shop for Sunday, April 13th. Okay, so yeah, once again, guys, the shop resets tomorrow. We have 12 items that are leaving from the shop, and we got 5 new that in the shop. We have 164 item shop cosmetics. 164. Alright. So yesterday, guys, Fortnite have released the Adventure Time cosmetics. Alright, so Fortnite have released the Adventure Time cosmetics. Alright, so you can buy the Adventure Time bundle for 3,800 V-Bucks. Alright, and it comes with a bunch of these cosmetics. Alright, you can get the Hembo backpack that has a gradient variant. Alright. Oh, why does my headphones keep on falling? Alright, so this is the shading, alright, and then you can make an extra style, which is the gradients. Alright, we have the Peppermint Axe pickaxe, as you can see, which is a flat. You can also do great as well. We have the Rumpy Space Piano guitar, and I can also change this as a pickaxe, but this is leaving shop on the 22nd, as you can see. The 22nd. That's when school starts for me. So yeah, that's the guitar, and then we have basically the backpack. Finn's backpack has a gradient variant as well. We have Marceline. That also has a gradient variant. We have Marcy's AX bass guitar. We got Marceline's Parasol pickaxe. It also has a gradient variant. We have the Hambo backpack. Alright. And we have other Adventure Time, which is Finn the Human. Alright, that's Finn right here. Has a gradient variant. Princess Bubblegum has a gradient variant as well. And that's Marceline. I think I already reviewed Marceline. Yeah, all these items are separate as well. So these are the items that are separate. They have two emotes. Jake Carr, BMO Game Time. I have a glider as well, which is the Jake Cute. They have 800 V-Bucks, and you can also buy the car bundle as well. That comes with a bunch of these decals. Alright, so all of these are going to be leaving the shop on the 22nd, guys. The 22nd of April. Alright, so here's the emotes I'm going to show you guys now. This is the BMO Game Time emote. As you can hear. Pretty awesome. And we got the Jake Car emote. And then we got the Jacob Bug Dance. Okay, I think that will hurt your ears, so I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, guys, all these items, all the Adventure Time items are going to be leaving on the 22nd of April. Okay. Now, Walker bundles. We have another new Walker bundle, guys. We have a new Walker bundle. Okay. So, if you guys do not know who the streamer is, it is called Happy Girls. All right. So she has a Walker bundle. So this is now out in the item shop, and this will be leaving in 2 days. All right, 2 days to go before it leaves. So this is a new Walker bundle, guys. If you want to buy this Walker bundle, it is 2,600 V-Bucks, and this leaves on the 16th of April. As you can see, 16th of April at 10 a.m. my time. All right. So it comes with the Sound Sprout backpack. It comes with the Pig Squeak pickaxe. It comes with the Bell Whip Rider. It comes with the Carrying Gun emote. Comes with the Sweat Wrap. Looks pretty sick. And you can also make this as a skin as well. This is animated, by the way. And here is the Miss Bunny Penny skin. Alright. So all these items, all these rocket bundles for her, for this will be leaving in 2 days' time. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter Cosmetics are still here. Alright. Coachella skins, we already previewed them. I also want to talk about Coachella as well. Alright, because all these items are going to be leaving in 3 days to go. 3 days. Same as Lady Gaga. But I want to talk about that quickly in a second. But we have other emotes that we previewed. Geek Time is still here. New Woman is still here. They're within about 1 day. And we have a new skin, guys. We have a new skin. Alright, we have the bundle for Una Yusuke bundle. So we have new skins. Alright, that come with her. So this is the Uni Yusuke outfit. It has an extra style. So if you want to leave the hat on, you guys can. Or you can turn it off, take it off. Completely up to you. Alright. We have the X emote. We have the Egg Hunt wrap. You can also do this as a skin as well. That looks absolutely amazing. I actually like it with the skin. And that's pretty much about it. Alright, so you have the skin, emote, and a wrap. All these come separate. If you want to buy it separate, the skin's 800 V-Bucks. Pretty cheap. Along with the emote and wrap, which is 500 and 400 as well. Alright, so we got other new ballet ready skins. We got Signal, Red Knight, Weaver, Yeehaw, Red Jade, Glitch, Deep Thunder, So Works, Slow Clap, Wing On, Cloud Strike, and Started Axe. All these are going to be leaving in 13 hours, guys. So they'll be leaving tomorrow. Alright. FNCS skins, they are still here for Champion Siren. All these are going to be leaving in 2 days' time. Classic Combat on the 22nd. Kicks for Sabaton sneakers, Crocs, and Crazy Feet and Fancy Footwork. All these are going to be leaving in 1 day time. Billie Eilish is back. Billie Eilish is back in the shop, guys. So it comes a bunch of her cosmetics, like the Whitwood's Billie, the drums for framing hi-hats, red guitar, and then 2 emote bundle for a bundle that comes with the 2 emotes and the music pack. Alright, so they'll be leaving in 3 days' time. Mariah Carey is back in the item shop, right? She also comes with the Mariah's mic. Will be leaving in 1 day time, about 1 day. And we got some vehicles. We got B-Month SUV. We got some couple of vehicle accessories, Cloud Hopper wheels, Lightning Trail, Enhancer boot. Will be in 5 days time. We got BMW bundle. Will be leaving in about a day, and then we got a couple other bundles here as well. One of them, which is a couple of bundles that we're leaving. This one's going to be leaving in 2 days' time. The Color Buns pack. The Stormwild Ravens going to be leaving in 2 days' time. And that's pretty much about it. So yeah, guys, that is the item shop for the 13th of April on Sunday. How long do we have? Okay, we've got 1 minute. Okay, we don't have much time. Alright, I want to talk about this quickly before the second term happens, before it starts. I just want to say this quickly. Let's go to Woe Fortnite Weeks. Fortnite Coachella is teasing new cosmetics that will be dropping soon. So many people really want the Lyric skins and this, also the Sunny Lyric skins. Do not worry, those are going to be out very, very soon. I believe they said on the 20th of April. But yeah, they're teasing some new they're already released a new island. There'll be new music, so they'll always 2 emotes for Geek Time and the woman skins. And then there'll be some signature cosmetics as well. They'll be dropping once again now throughout weekend. So they'll be dropping now throughout weekend too. Alright, so you can also jump into Coachella Pillars now in Fortnite using code IRON. So yeah, there's going to be more cosmetics coming out very, very soon, guys. More cosmetics coming out very, very soon. Alright, so will be from now to the 20th because the collaboration is from now to the 20th because Coachella finishes on the 21st. Alright, so we still have plenty of time. So keep an eye out in the item shop every single day. Right, and also keep out from the 20 weeks as well, such as China and Fire Monkey. Right, and I'll also be tweeting out about that as well of those cosmetics. We do have some of the cosmetics for Coachella collaboration in the files that are decrypted right now, so we won't be able to see it, but we should be able to see it very, very soon. I think this next week. All right. So maybe on Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know, but just keep an eye out on the item shop over the next couple of days, guys. Keep an eye out every single day, leading up to the 20th of April. Okay. All right, guys. Third quarter is gonna start. Let's start going and watching the third term. All right. I'm going to put back my face cam, the browser as it is, and then let's get started. Third term is now gonna start. Good bounce from the umpire.
Footy, Burgoyne though, matches from the other side.
Go up.
Jordan,
Bruce has been activated as a substitute, guys.
Moves.
Looks like McGuinness going directly to Butters. Off a half forward flank.
We'll just tunnel it out. It's gone to Rosie and then to Jones, to half forward, went left, but
final 2 quarters.
Too tall for him. And over the line away from Lord.
So Butters enormous. First half, 20 disposals, 7 clearances. Came out firing a really good game last week. It was inspirational in the final last year with, I think he had broken ribs, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came in. We know he's tough. Looks like McGuinness is going to watch him.
Sweet, straight down the throat of Impey. His kick just curling to Burgoyne, who couldn't quite secure it. Will that invigorate the Hawks?
Now they can run. Now
this
can
man will.
Hawthorn, nice.
Watson, before he stumbled, got the handball away. They are a little unsteady on their feet. Everything is slowed down. Sicily back to Watson. So eventually it's D'Ambrosio's kick. Was there for the cutting off. Couldn't quite do it through Farrell. So Alir comes out, feeding it to Moraes, and then off the kick goes. Mead's kick to a one-on-one.
Almost a mark. Almost a one-hander.
Topple over Barris. And then back onto the left boot. Battle just chipping into space. Ward had Richards in his face. Clap, clap, but got the handball away. Battle trying to get it back through the middle. Thought better of it. And so it's Ward's left foot that takes them towards half forward without much conviction. Although Gunston knows how to get to the right places. Chol hasn't been a factor yet, but gets displaced easily.
Another intercept mark, so 12-6 now. Port Adelaide's favoured intercept marks, Geordie.
He had a really strong position too, Chol.
They're not looking good.
Just let Alir back into it.
Outside 5.
It always seems Hawthorn are reluctant to kick the ball forward because they are losing those one-on-one contests forward of the ball.
Me too.
Bergman has shaken off his ailments. Ruckman went to work. Newcomb underneath. Moore found a way. At the side to Ward. Tosses it up again. So Alir and Sicily. Sicily made good position.
Almost a mark. That was
underneath. Dragged down by Rosie. Released it. Brewster's into the fray. Bergman sees him off. It's tipped out over the boundary for throwing.
Watson trying to get involved. Had a quiet first half, only 3 disposals. Getting up around the ball now.
The Hawks have kicked the last 2 in the game.
Square.
Meek propels it forwards. Bruce trying to get a look at it. Sweet holds them at bay. Well done by Warpool. Couldn't quite figure the angles out.
I mean, even that handpass to Gunston, it was a tough kick by Warpool. Uncharacteristic by Hawthorn, just not to have that extra handball in their game. It's all brought about because of the pressure the Port were able to apply in the first half.
Nash spectators, we said now for the second half. Easy passage out for Farrell to bounce and kick. Georgiades, that natural leaper. Slight misjudgment. So now he has to win on at ground level, no problem. Alir feeding it back to Butters. His eyes were up immediately to Mead. And again, they're going to access the centre square by going around more than anything. Moraes, who's got pace, he can run all day. Guides it to Drew.
Boa spraying out. They're just kicking very quickly.
But they get to half forward to Lord. Rioli gave him a good offering. He was reluctant. The handball instead to Richards. Started the whole thing. Georgiades got off his man, got the separation
nice.
To D'Ambrosio.
Very good mark.
Like good wingers do.
Yeah, floated back well there. Like you said, as good wingers do. It's not the tallest winger, but good in the air. And there that mark as Georgiades was about to pluck it.
Got to go now. Ambrosi off the last line. Gunston's his target. Bergman wears him close. Gunston doing ever so well. Guides it forwards. Drew got in the way. Down passes it away. Richards on the build. Bergman with a chance to put it deep. Oh. Has he given him a look? Oh, I don't think so. Georgiades has got there right on the behind line.
Yep, I think the behind line saved Hawthorn there.
Yeah. I believe it's behind. Can we just check that the whole ball crossed the behind line prior to the mark being completed?
So this is the Nash injury with the wrist that he now has.
Review underway.
The ice pack on. So it's a worry just to see how exactly that will pan out, but can't go through the remainder of the night.
Yeah.
Does look over in the way that we do.
Review
these
complete.
things.
Looking at this angle, we can see the ball's crossed the back of the behind line before being marked. Decision on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
A 59-point margin with the minor score.
You can even see here, Jared, as Hawthorn go to kick the ball in, the teasing distance which Port Adelaide have. They are right on their men. Ward will break free here. So that's the kick you've got to take. Just take 25 metres. But they are tight defensively,
No,
Port Adelaide.
Change in direction from Amon
Midfield.
to Walton.
Who could just kick it long with the
Little give back to Amon, who powers on. Suddenly they're at half forward, and again Gunston.
Oh, he's
the
a
most
push.
likely target. Assistance from the umpire this time for the push.
Yeah, they have. Charles been a non-factor. Sicily went forward late in the second quarter. He's forward now.
Newcombe is deep alongside the captain.
Kick it long.
The ball is pulled in that direction, but predicted by Bergman.
Yeah.
Behind your mark, please.
Yeah, he's got a match up in Sicily.
Time back on. Stand.
Mark Pate. Twice as many intercept marks.
Get long or pass it. Kick it long.
Port happy to just leave this game in a stalemate for a little while. Such is the size of their lead. Can Hawthorn generate some enthusiasm?
Another
not with
bad
entries
kick
like that from Morrison.
Wow.
Easy fodder. Even for an inexperienced defender like Rosie.
Bad kicking efficiency.
He's enjoying his time at half back. Hello.
Yeah.
And they're away again. See here.
Sets them up for Drew with the
nice.
flight. Came more ground ball to be won.
Good defense.
D'Ambrosio closes, committed himself, has support from Amon, checks it up inboard.
Mark.
Stand.
Newcombe bites off the kick inside the 50.
There
Does it
you go.
well, and Ginnivan
Spotted
arrives
flat.
at last.
It was a
Three
really
Hawthorn
clever
player.
kick. I think Morrison was further out.
That's Jack Ginnivan.
He
marked
sold that to
He's gonna-
Alira, and
I
Alira
think
just
he's
hesitated.
take a
Thought
shot.
that Newcombe was going to
We
Morrison.
need to take a shot
Yeah,
because
smart play.
Jarman out. Out. Joe.
Jack Ginnivan gathered round last year.
Yeah.
The closing event was his first match against his old club.
Play on.
Ginnivan gives it all he's
What
got
was that
to the
kick?
joy of the locals. That is not going to be it. No score at all.
But you've got to know your distance as well. He was clearly not going to get there on that kick, so you've got to try and find a target closer to goal. Play the percentages.
out of four, so Aguirre has the ball.
Adelaide's
No
kick
score for
lands.
Hawthorn. What was that kick from Ginnivan?
turned
Why
his
did he?
back to the ball.
I said go. Like, you go for. I was trying to go for the shot. He did, but
So this is an important kick. Alia's been quite strong in the air. Radigalia taking the front
That was
space
a
of
very
James
bad
Sicily. So you have to take those two
Mid.
things into
Sicily
account when
manning
you're going
up
inside
right now.
forward 50.
goal
Meek
square.
goes for a three-quarter number, and
Good
there's the
mark.
marking ability of
Very
Newcombe
close forward for
as a
Adelaide to
midfielder
intercept
that can go forward and be viable.
Yeah, floated forward. Been a good battle with him and Drew. Newcombe up to 16 disposals now. As you said, Ardo can
Yeah.
float forward. Needs this desperately. Just see it in play. So he just finds that hole. Drew was caught out in the
It
50.
should be an easy kick. He's here right.
Kicked the last two of the
45
second
and he's
quarter.
Literally between the middle
And the
sticks.
responsibility on the broad shoulders
Very,
of
very
John
easy
Newcombe.
kick. Do not miss this.
A little closer than Ginnivan, so it's imminently gettable.
It's going.
He kicks
It's a
through,
goal.
and the Hawks have kicked
The
three
Hawks
in a row.
kick one.
And it's back to 53. Still a huge margin, but if you want to build a case, they've at least got one.
Yeah, but they're winning the territory battle
Yeah,
at the
that's
moment, aren't
nice.
they? So around the ball where they were challenged in the first half,
Stein
they were
Newcombe, he scored one.
really embarrassed in that particular part of the ground. They've started to win that. So you can just see there, that's the space that they create. And on the left-hand side, Alir and Radigalia are taken out of that contest when you go inside forward 50. So it's a risky kick. You bring the ball back in, it's a shallow entry. You give Port Adelaide a chance to maybe rebound the ball if they turn that over. but that is where your opportunity lies.
His third goal of the season.
53 points the margin.
And right back into the middle of the ground. Butters is by his side. 53-point margin. So the ripple of excitement might build to something more. Newcomb's on the job right
again.
there.
Oh, that's definitely a free.
That's going to result in a shot at goal.
50 metres.
Shoal might be a fraction too far out. So try to caress it for Sicily.
Nice.
So 3 might be about to become 4.
Yeah, well done by Joel there. Saw Sicily's in a 1-on-1 against Bergman. Favourable matchup. Just gave him the 60-40
nice one by Melbourne
advantage.
Okay,
that was
needed.
Good flat pass as well.
What just happened?
Joel's had a very quiet night. That's his contribution.
Wait, Sicily's going to score. I'll talk about
Port exploited Sicily as a defender.
Very quick goal.
They might get wounded as he moves forward.
They kicked another one.
And that murmur
because of that 50-metre. What was that Adelaide player doing? He definitely is going to get reported for that.
Face, very simple game, isn't it? You start winning clearance, start winning contest, start winning the territory battle, all of a sudden you hit the scoreboard. That's been the major turnaround. Won 5 of the last 6 clearances, Hawthorn. Here's the late one. Not a huge amount in it, but it's there just to play the downfield. Anyway, they make the most of it.
You see there the isolation that Sicily gets with Bergman.
It's really good.
Yeah, great kick, as you said.
To separate.
So yeah, what happened was
put it to the advantage of James Sicily.
Yeah, Hawthorn player got the clearance that has the ball.
It's a little period where they've been on top in the middle of the ground and around clearances, Hawthorn.
Plus 8 contested possession. Now smacked in the
back.
Stat in the first half.
Shot him in the back. The Hawthorn player went down, and then umpire.
The Port fans maybe just sensing that something is brewing. They're trying to respond. See what their heroes can do. Newcomb feeding it back. Let's get shut down. Tackles are laid. Weddle. Hawthorn on the move again. Jones left it behind. Moore.
Nice.
Aaliyah. Charles starting to make a stronger contribution.
12 minutes remaining.
Quite as comfortably
12:35
as he was.
remaining in the quarter.
The ruck wrestle and the follow-up. Rosie and Butters, the leaders go to work. To Drew.
Ooh.
Well spotted by Georgiani. He realised it wasn't going to reach the target. At the coalface, Drew again
now
generates the fancy hands through Cochrane. Pepper, another big torpy to full forward. The wrestle was on. Lord.
Boundary.
Harris does it up.
So Port need to set up now well. Scored 59 points from their front half in the first half. This is the area of the ground that they dominated Hawthorn.
You need to pull Adelaide goals.
That's where you look at Rioli, don't you? Hardwick on Rioli. They're hovering around that matchup. They might provide a block.
They're
losing give it a bit of separation.
Very badly by 47
Francis
points.
is going to come from a little way off. He's the defensive side of it. Secondary tap out in front of Burgoyne. Went the soccer. Yeah. Good Lord!
Now, fortunately, Adelaide scored another one.
And a bit of afters in it as tempers start to fray. The passion might suit Port to re-inject it. They'll just need a goal every now and then. The buffer is 53 points.
Well, I think the question, Jared, is why did Burgoyne have so much space as well? You can just see there, top of the screen, Morrison just lets him go.
3 goals from Ford, 50 stoppages now, Geordie.
Yep, he gets first go at it. It has been an issue for Hawthorn, Ford 50 goals. Been a real issue.
Why is that?
Well, he just lapsed in concentration. You just see there, Burgoyne should have kicked it off the ground. Then Ollie Lord has time to pick the ball up and snap it over his shoulder. All you need is half a metre, You make them pay.
So looks like Joe Berry's warming up down there. Have you got any news from a Port Adelaide point of view?
Yeah, well, Bergman's come off again and getting looked at by the doctor and physio, which has triggered Joe Berry to do an extra warm-up. So we'll wait and see on that one.
Drew gets Port forward again.
Another Port Adelaide
came at the footy.
A good few minutes, Drew.
Another one. Roy has the ball. He
heads forward in the pocket. And he hangs on.
He's just getting really good separation at the moment, Ollie Lord, on Tom Barras.
Came back into the side last week, kicked 3 goals.
Disrupted start to the season and picked really not on much form at all, but the future looks so much brighter.
And all you worried if
He showed in his early days what he could do. Kicked a big bag in a final against Brisbane, and a losing team. Kicked 4. Put 3 through last week.
End zone.
He's not going to make the distance, but the ball is still very much alive. Interesting method from Jaff to try and get it through from behind. It's a successful one.
It looks like Bergman is getting subbed out
He's been doing
quite
the knee
away.
lifts now, Joe.
Still with his leg issue.
It's like a full roll your arm over as this.
He'll be well warmed up.
Amon twirls the foot on his hands. Meanders out. Still searching for the right target. Distance for Sicily. Drag out of it. Umpire saw that. It's a little drag of the arm from Radigalea.
That's a Hawthorn
Successful keeper goes for the outboard run. Weddle provides up inside the 50. McGuinness was trying to get a run at it. He might be there for the ground level ball. Got himself out of a bind, but missed ball. Go back to work. McGuinness just couldn't quite get it away one way or the other. McKenzie committed himself. Drew's controlling things though underneath though.
That's a difference.
Out the power pepper.
Yeah, missed handball. It was behind the Hawthorn play that they were trying to go to. Just so clean, Horn Francis.
To the next contest, Georgiades jab from the side.
Oh, that's a mark.
Good mark.
It's a mark. 10 minutes to go.
Cover the corridor well here.
Intercept
Trying to look
mark.
for more of the uncontested marks this quarter.
No, they need to concentrate Hawthorn. Find a player.
12 uncontested marks. They're lucky to take 12 in the whole 7 quarter.
They're going nowhere here.
Yeah, they are.
Hawthorn
They
play
creep
free
backwards,
there.
a bit of jogging on the spot, a little hand
Just
off.
hand passing.
Now Barris places it for Gunston.
Port Adelaide have done well to block up the corridor, though, haven't allowed Hawthorn inside.
Almost where it started, that
Nice.
phase of play, but that's better, more constructive. Luke Bruce. Hawthorn
Find a
fans
short
just
play,
have
I'll keep it
enough
long.
belief to give him a
Ooh,
cheer.
yes.
As the kick went down the line,
Still
get him a bit
Hawthorn's-
disorientated for a moment. No, says the umpire, we'll ball it up. So 54 points, still the margin. The first half of the quarter yielding 3 goals, 2-1 in favour of the Hawks. Berry fully warmed up and looks like he's not far away from being inserted. It's going to Ward.
Josh, play on.
Takes it quick.
Why would you play on,
I've
you
seen some
idiots?
examples of why it's very hard to build a case for Hawthorn cutting the margin in the last 5 minutes.
He's had a pretty
Why
good
would you
season,
play
Josh
on,
Ward.
idiots?
Just tonight, just a few skill execution
Kick
errors.
was played on
I
as
mean, he
a
hasn't
free
been
kick
alone,
because it was
mind
a throw.
you. But that is a kick that they usually hit
The hand
Hawthorn.
pass. Why would throw the ball? And the Hawthorn player
the
just
signs were there
played on
early.
and kicked it out of the full.
Travis Burke up to the contest on the wing, and Wines were all manner of contact
Wines
to take
got
a
a
contested
contested
mark
mark,
and
and now
sends
they're going
Bunners
for
on
it.
his way. He's got a few choices. Horn Francis the
It's a
best of
shot.
them. Rioli wants it short.
Goes to Horn
Georgiades wants
Francis.
it in
Horn
deep.
Francis is trying to find a player. The white need a goal, 50
Going to have
metres.
to be
No
a
goals.
patient kick to the side for Wines.
Ollie Lord making his way
Short to
down to
Wines.
create an option forward.
Wines
Wines
kicks
has
it a
gone for
bit
Horn Francis, who
longer.
doubled up.
Free
Heavy
space. That's a
collision
free
with
to
Weddle
Port,
coming the
I
other
think.
way. Neither
Yes, it is.
flinched. 2 rough nuts.
No, he's made a few good decisions tonight, Weddle, when to come forward and when to stay back. That was a great contest by both players.
A couple of young stars there for their respective teams.
Port still at half forward. Wines and Weddle go to work in the ruck. McKenzie first access at the back. Hand
Nice.
pass to Ginnivan.
Good hand
Working
pass.
around
Now they can
D'Ambrosio
run.
wants the
Now
overlap run.
plenty of Hawthorn
It
players
appears hearing
literally
out of half
right
back
need
to be
him.
that. Morrison was the one
Right
over the
towards
top.
him, right
He
against
took
him.
too
Not
long
a
to
very
give
good
it
hand
in.
pass from
Rioli's a
Hawthorn.
chance to offload Morrison. He did well to keep
In
his
trouble.
nerve.
Port Adelaide are pressuring.
The forward momentum hold to
Hawthorn player kicks up a
D'Ambrosio.
bit long, short.
Place the
Didn't
kick,
mark it
spoils are
though.
made.
Now Port Adelaide has the ball. And now they're
Wines.
running.
And breaking clear Farrell.
Not a very good tackle.
Good looking
Short
build.
kick. And marks by Georgiades.
Just another example of Hawthorn being unable to move the ball from one end of the ground to the other, Geordie.
Good
Hasn't been a
space,
strength.
good
It hasn't
finding
been
the
a strength
player.
all season, to be
That
honest. And
free.
they've really struggled tonight. It's
Just
been a
kicking the
combination
ball.
of the pressure of Port Adelaide, but also the poor
Very good
decision making, the
pressure for Port.
execution by the Hawthorn players coming into half back.
Now, please.
Sorry, that wasn't Georgiades who marked it.
With Marshall out for the bulk of the season, it's critical for Lord.
Ward
Gives him the opportunity perhaps that he's been starved off.
Yeah, he's going to kick it straight from the goals. That is a very bad miss.
The other thing, Brownie, is Port Adelaide have disallowed them to use numbers around the ball, which has meant Hawthorn have kicked a lot, which means the gap between the contest that they're kicking to and where the kick came from. There's a lot of transition space that Port Adelaide have really utilised.
Battle heeds the umpire's instructions
Dunstan
down the line.
That's
Given
what
an
I was going to
unlikely
talk about.
target in the centre circles. So it's Farrell and Butters.
They're going to
look to construct again. Cochrane's kick up towards the front of goal, reaching for a Georgiades. Bit of a blind handball, hoping that someone like Horn Francis could get hold of it. Morrison begs to differ. D'Ambrosio. Eventually battle put in the safe hands of Walker. He bangs it up again. Both will think he's a chance here to deny Ginnivan. Hurdling through was Rosie. Uses Sin.
Byron Page just kicks it wrong back to the goal square. Almost a mark. Beautiful mark.
Complete the deal. He took a
Francis.
I've been watching Paddy Dangerfield on
Thursday. He will deserve that free kick.
The big brute hits it out forward.
He's a bit of a prototype, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's just going forward now while he's
that
resting.
That was a very awesome mark.
55-point margin. Won't have had a sustained period of attack. The understudies are in the ruck again. Whittle wins the ground ball after the initial tap.
Looks like the umpire didn't
takes the territory up the line. Radaglia gets rid of Sicily legally this time.
Hawthorn player very well trying to find the Hawthorn player speed one-on-one right mark.
There was always the outlet. Switches on through Burgoyne if he wants it. He doesn't want it. So from half back to half forward instead. The wide out kick set Boak the task. Watson folded back. Disrupted the play.
6 minutes to go.
Zach Butters and Connor Rosie, the superstars on the ground. Andrew Dillon in the AFL could hardly have hoped for a better gather round. The weather played its part. Probably if anything, the closeness of the football has been the only problem.
6 minutes and 6 seconds.
In some of the games, but the storylines everywhere.
Again,
a massive crowd.
Very quickly.
And the Port fans certainly aren't complaining at the moment. They lead by 55 points. Pokey kick for Warport is okay. Sicily stands just a kick it a bit out.
Gunston's the only player for Hawthorn who's looked like
Sicily has options. Chol,
there's the tall.
Wants to kick
so
it to Chol.
Gunston, both there.
Gunston almost marked it.
He was unattended. Didn't take the mark. McKenzie in the perfect place to snap. Gunston after an initial fumble. If anyone's going to know their way around the sticks, it's Jack Gunston, and he's done it 3 times tonight.
Gunston scored it.
It's a good call, Brownie.
He
just hasn't been outmarked, whereas I think a few of the other forwards for Hawthorn, where they've fallen down, they've been outmarked. Creates a contest forward of the ball, and was able to re-engage inside the forward 50 and get another couple of opportunities. You just see there, just slips in behind Sin. And no body contact. Should have taken that one, which was a relatively easy mark.
At 49 points.
So they've been a little bit better this quarter, Hawthorn. They've been better in the contest. They've given themselves opportunities going inside forward 50.
Gunston never marked that one.
It's amazing he dropped that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rex won the contest, plus 16 contested possession after being minus 20 in the first half. That's that. Better at ground ball.
So even that goal, it took 3 goes at
it. Did.
It looks hard.
3 goals to 1 Hawthorn's way in this term.
It's like 5 meters.
That means 5 of the past 6.
Now 5 minutes, Hawthorn can, I think, I want Hawthorn to kick 2 goals here.
Very
good clearance, very good tap by Port Adelaide. Now they're running very fast, and that is a clear mark. This is going to hurt Hawthorn even more. That was a very, very good bounce.
2 silly free kicks Morrison's given away.
And that's a 50-metre penalty. Oh, there's some fight going on here.
They get into it.
Let go!
Well, the goal has been kicked. The immediate answer, Georgiades has 3. Fly's going to find
starting positions!
That's what we came for at the start. It all feels a bit academic right now. Just writing checks for a lost cause.
They are getting into it.
Zach Butters wants none of that tonight.
A name like Harvey, you've got
Show
to
you
get
guys
in
this
there.
quickly.
The scrap.
This is what happened.
On the
See that
fly,
tap? He
beautiful
won
clearance
very
there.
quickly.
So Zach
And
Butters,
passes it.
he's
Got
got the
home
tag from
Francis.
McGuinness.
Fixed it.
After
Mark
half time,
on
and
the ball,
McGuinness is
and
starting
then
at half forward flank,
that
so
was
that's
a
the one
50 metre, and
opportunity.
then they
He doesn't
got-
have a man on
they
him. He just charged
playing
through on the
hands.
fly. There it is.
It's as good as you get out of the centre bounce.
Hawthorn is not having a very good day right now.
Well, just reminding everyone about the talent they do still have. And
straight away.
Mitch Georgiades is certainly one of those. He's good old-fashioned flyer up forward. He's kicked 3 tonight.
Jeez.
We know their talent around the ball.
It was good last week. It was good in the semi last year against Hawthorn.
It's back to 55 after Hawthorn had worked so hard for that previous goal. They're hunting out in the middle. Warple got it from Meek to Newcomb. Good sequence.
Newcomb has
They're
a
well
very good
placed to
sequence.
leap for
Come
the
on,
mark
boys.
here, although Alier doing what he does best.
Alier
Over
gives the
Bruce.
rest.
He's been strong.
Now down to you, Sean.
Yeah, Porter made their sub. Berry's coming on and Bergman off. That's been
Yeah,
going on for a
Bergman's
while.
out, guys. You guys heard that. Oh, very good tackle.
A
crunching tackle.
result. He'll pay the price. And Watson wants to go. He got hammered by Horn Francis as he got the kick away. It goes across the face. And a little bit in the aftermath. The crowd would be happy for Horn Francis to take a piece of Watson. See what happened.
It all feels like a bit of a phony war, doesn't it? But
A good photo nonetheless.
yeah,
Thrown in. So Meek's going to get another shot on goal.
He's still going at it, Hawthorn. Yeah, just
there's so much time still left in the game. They do a few silly things too.
Everybody's watching.
Hawthorn
Butters
Spree
is
was
right
holding.
at it with McGuinness. Just seeing the background there.
Lloyd Meek kicked the tough shot, heading to half-time. It's a much more straightforward assignment. Meek for his second. Drives it home. And straight back into the niggle and aggro. He bounces out of it. 4 minutes to go in this term, a term that Hawthorn has had the better of.
48
Still
points
48
margin.
points the wrong side of it.
Absolutely, contest and clearance. That's where they've been able to turn things around. So 10-5, the clearance number this quarter, been able to win it out of centre bounce, get the territory, 12-9, the inside 50 count. A lot happening there. But good enough to go back and kick the goal. So again, can they finish powerfully these last few minutes before three-quarter time, just to give them some momentum going into the last quarter?
I just love when Hawthorn gets a free kick, they just push it out by a player. Like, they're like
48
saying,
points
"Fuck off."
feels like a bridge too far, but
Yes.
2 more goals in the time remaining might change the feel and the numbers significantly.
So we just got to watch Butters on the fly.
Bounce from the
Newcomb
umpire.
is
Can Adelaide
on
do
that
it-
watching
do it
brief,
again?
but he's also had half an eye on the ball, has more,
That is a
has
dangerous
instability,
tackle.
does
So
draw a free,
Hawthorn free.
and he takes one in the middle. Had the choice to
3
go
minutes to
short or
go.
long,
Good,
and
good.
he somewhere in
side
between on
with
the
the
angle
player.
kick to Weddle,
Fix it to him.
and now Newcomb's going to get some opposition from behind, but he's strong as a bull, and he takes the mark quickly to battle. It gives it plenty to the goal square. No one could really rise high. Alier with a juggle. Fed out
Dunstan
to Gunston by
almost.
Meek. Disrupted play, and it's through from behind, much to the frustration of James Sicily.
There's been better this quarter at Newcomb. He was well held in the first half
47
by Willem Drew.
Points the margin now.
Trying to get forward as well.
Behind. Was rushed. Hey guys, Joe Bailey is
more, yeah. Certainly late in the second quarter.
going to go into the
Taking
game.
McKenzie away from there.
It's not a great
Bergman
kick
is
in, and Newcomb
subbed
was
out
always
for
favoured
that.
by it.
Because of a leg injury.
So straight back in. See what the Hawks have got in the air. Rosie across
Nice
the front.
run by
was having
Rosie.
none of it. But a kick to kick.
Tizzle is so mad at a Hawthorn.
First
The
half,
Hawthorn player that was
just
kicking it towards
electrifying
him.
from the Port Adelaide
It's
captain.
like you're not kicking high enough. You just kick it straight to him. The Adelaide player.
Burgoyne to find the
Right
target on the
near,
way out again.
They got his goals.
Keeps his powder dry as he plays it to Farrell, and Porter happy to absorb a little.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes to go. All they want to do is probably try and take uncontested marks, just take time out of the clock.
Hawthorn have denied them that, so it has to be long up the line. Harris was trying to get into it. Wines wins the ground ball. It give Moraes a chance. Rioli's in a one-on-one with Jab.
Rioli's there,
CJ swats it back,
nice
looking for support. Namon is there to provide it. Battle got stuck against the boundary. And that will be a throw.
Got in.
Sam Palpepper wasn't terribly convinced that that was the right call.
I think he was lucky Josh Whittle was
that was the
in
right
the
call,
vicinity.
because Palpepper was literally
You're laughing at Hutto?
Palpepper was
it wasn't. I mean, they often pay them, don't they?
Yeah, hand passing.
You're right up against the line with the handball. True. Fed it through. Moraes put pressure firmly on the shoulders of Mead. They collapse on top.
They got tackled.
Free kicks this quarter, 8-0 in Hawthorn's favour. So Georgiani's down there. There's another one for you to keep an eye on.
He's about to get subbed on.
Spending a bit of time getting some help down there. Drew muscles his way clear. Moraes tumbles it forward. Hold on from Impia. They can get a bit of bounce.
Now they're going to have a
Newcomb. He's going to stroke it across the ground. Hard run from Sicily.
1 minute and 48 seconds to go. They don't have much time.
He's camped 10 metres behind Alier, so it'll take a middleman or two. It's a wobbly number from D'Ambrosio with no control. Rosie mops it up.
Rosie has
back out.
Half of him.
Might be able to win it back though, so Sicily. And McGuinness, he flipped it up. It's well anticipated by Sid. He was tagged, but he got the handball anyway. And they can move into
now
a
they
slow
can just slow it down. So now Rioli's
the short kick.
With that D'Ambrosio kick, he had Hawthorn runners on the inside. They've just failed to connect with those possessions
Rioli
tonight.
kicks it long.
Palpepper and Lord, the two targets, but Barras.
Very good mark. But wait, umpire didn't pay it.
Barras, so they'll have to hand it up to the umpire instead.
Hawthorn fans like, what? That should be a mark.
Flurry of the third term.
Umpire said no.
Wines in tight confines. Mead on the quick turn. There's nobody home. It'll pitch and run. And be a throw-in.
So the battle of Drew Newcomb battle, Geordie. They had big quarters. Drew's had 10 disposals.
56 seconds.
He's had a clearance, 6 scramble against Newcomb's had the 9 disposals, kicked a goal, a couple of clearances, going head-to-head.
Port have been able to construct from inside 50 stoppages. Now Pepper's on the fly. Tap just went behind him. So Drew and Ward go to work. Boak. Shoulder of the wheel, but Morrison came up with a footy to Ward. Down the line, Sicily's his man. Slips in front to take the mark.
Come on, need to
want to roll and go.
You need to go. Not much time.
Outpositioned by Sen, and he is outnumbered as well. He fought the fight though, kept it in dispute, and the Hawks get the high free kick.
Byway free.
Free kick goes to Warple. And much to the delight of the Port Adelaide fans, and feels a look on the face of Rosie. He knew he'd taken it over. But even when they get given an opportunity, they're bound to botch it.
Well, they just forced it. Yeah, that was never going to make it to Watson on that occasion. So they've just forced it too much, which has been a credit to Port Adelaide.
The power chant goes around the Adelaide Oval.
10 seconds.
Thanks, John.
Dying seconds of the third quarter. Instant kick from Wines. 15, and that was news to Morrison.
15. Go to your right.
Some 15 metres is different to others, it feels like. Siren sounds. A better quarter from Hawthorn. But that's not saying a lot after what they were able to dish up in the first two.
94 to 47
to 2. The margin is
guys.
reduced to 47. But Port Adelaide, it feels like, unless there is a miracle, 30 minutes or so away from a massive win, a massive statement as this gather round comes to its conclusion.
I believe it's game over.
A quarter to go. And it's
we'll watch the last quarter.
47.
Alright, 3/4 time.
If you love sport, the sound of the opening siren, the smell of the turf, the sight of the crowd rising to their feet.
3/4 time. Alright, guys. Oopsie. So, this is the score right now, guys. 94 to 47. 94 to 47 is the score. Port Adelaide are winning by 47 points. So, this is the last quarter for the match for Gavround. And by the way, guys, this is the last game for Gavround for 2025. So, yeah. Last game for Gavround, which is this match, Port Adelaide and Hawthorn. And this is the last quarter for the end of Gavround for 2025, because next week we are going to be matches are going to be back to normal. So Brisbane is going to be coming back, Marvel, which is Melbourne, going to be coming back, Perth coming back, etc., etc. So these are the matches for next week. We'll get to that once that match is done. But yeah, all the matches that are all in Adelaide for Gavround are going to be finishing. This is the last match, last quarter before the end of Gavround for 2025. And next week we have these matches. All these matches that will be happening in Brisbane, Melbourne, etc., Sydney. All of them are going to be coming back to normal next week. Alright, so we'll talk about those matches once the Port Adelaide and Hawthorn match finishes. We have the last quarter, guys, before the end of Gavround for 2025. Alright, so last quarter to full time. And then we'll talk about next week's match, etc. Alright. Next week's matches, and we'll talk about them. Alright. So yeah. Alright. I'm gonna leave the screen like this, guys. Alright, you guys will see the countdown for till the fourth quarter. We have 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So I'm gonna be BRB, guys. I'm just gonna get another water, and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna leave it as like this, okay? This is the countdown to the fourth quarter. BRB. Alright, I'm back. The fourth quarter is gonna start. Alright, here we go, guys. Last quarter of really. I had a freaking. I hate when it says technical issue. Please refresh the page. I don't know, guys. 25 seconds. I have to wait until the banner goes away. Right, this is the last quarter, guys. Last quarter for the end of Gavround for 2025. Just gonna wait until the banner goes away. It goes away in about 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Alright, here we go. One moment. Alright, here we go. Last
We get the
quarter.
all clear for this fourth term to commence. Horn Francis was on the fly for it. Newcomb took the yards off the ground. Rosie dunks by Newcomb.
Final quarter.
All the setups
For
around the
the gather round
stoppage,
to
meticulously
2025.
done. Ruckman kept each other away from it largely. Ball ever so briefly in motion, but not with any chance of escape.
Lloyd, John.
Try again. Horn Francis into a dead end. Three of them then triangulated.
Lloyd, John. Here goes.
Rosie at the back.
Wow, dude, that guy's on
D'Ambrosio was
fourth quarter's
favoured in
funny.
flight. Boat did enough. Bruce kept it out of his clutches. So the fight goes on. McGuinness, Moore, Bruce
You guys can get audio,
does
okay?
break clear. Sets it to the teeth of goal for Gunston. Orchol. Gunston at the back. It didn't reach him. Kept away and through for a rushed behind. 46 points.
Kane Farrell twirling the footy around, having a full scan. Mead leading hard for the short option. And he uses his powerful left boot to head longer to greener pastures. Radagala, his 100th game last week, takes the mark.
Out, James, out. Thank you.
It's good by me just to protect him there from Meek.
Ran past with a hand pass. He got turned down for that. Sends it to half for Georgiades. Back on the ground and looks fine, which is good news. Swooping was Eamon. Impey stumbling, as the Hawks intended to do tonight. And that won't make the fans feel
What's happening?
much
Oh,
better
what happened?
about a few umpiring calls from a Port Adelaide perspective. The slip
You want it,
led to the free. Hardwick. They work on an angle all the way back almost to their defensive goal. Barris
I'm gonna make this one off for.
looks to send it out in a different way, and he's able to identify Eamon at centre half back. He presses the footy just enough to get it to Newcomb. Some front-on contact. And they've got
Front-on
the centre
contact.
advantage taken. Quick
Hawthorn
thinking it
advantage.
was. Moore's kick is perfect. And Gunston eases
Gunston
back.
marks it.
Takes the mark. And will look to roll around.
Not clear.
Yeah, it's been a rare sight tonight. Hawthorn accessing the corridor.
Impey, aim
Gunston
on.
will kick it.
More.
You guys will get a
I haven't seen
kick
that
it.
enough. Just being able to flow the ball from one end of the ground.
They've had to rely on their second oldest player to kick 4
And he kicked it.
goals. But they have the first of the
Nice.
last.
You're right, back to within 40 points. Without him, they wouldn't have been within
40
10 goals.
points.
He's been their only winner ahead of the ball.
Right.
Been outstanding, taking it, made the most of his opportunities.
If they kick 2 more
It's
in the
been all
next
too rare from
3
Hawthorn.
to
Just
4
moving
minutes,
the ball
I
from
think
one
they'll
end
go
of the
back
ground to the
in
other.
it.
They were able to just take their time, find aim on there, and then just kept it moving. Picked the right. Gets the free kick, and then Moore was good enough to hit Gunston.
Yeah, you're right. It's been the corridor that hasn't been easily accessible to Hawthorn through the defence of Port Adelaide. And even that handball received to Dylan Moore, that has been non-existent. So a piece of play that's been rare tonight.
It's 8 goals for Jack Gunston in just 3 games.
Yeah, no, he's played well.
40 points, setting up back in the middle of the ground. Ruckman go to work, sweet out the side. Horn Francis brushed his way clear and rebalanced, handed it off to Butters. Horn Francis kept on charging, pulls the kick. Cochrane's his target.
What a kick.
Nice, good kick.
And that's a lovely mark.
I think it was Horn Francis then. And just a little shove off too. Just get out of the way.
Tom Cochrane, 3rd generation footballer in the family. Granddad so well thought of in SANFL circles. Stuart, his dad played for Port North. He does look like his dad,
Doesn't he?
So a big moment in a young man's life. Who would have dreamt of football the whole way through. Tom Cochrane Stabbed at it, drifts it in, and now he can celebrate. He's a fully fledged league footballer now.
First goal for him.
They love it.
Well, it shows their spirit tonight, their passion. That's indicative
Is that
of that.
Jared
Obviously, they're
Berry?
up for the young fella getting his first goal. Interesting pre-shot routine.
First goal for him.
It's been
Wow.
ugly, this. Owen Francis on Dylan Moore just... Well, we could argue that's a free kick.
You reckon? He got away with it there, but...
Mate, you're biased, though. You're a Hawthorn supporter.
But don't take away the difficulty of that kid. This is a great angle. Look at the angle that Horn Francis is running. Try and defend that inside 50.
Mate,
The lead
that's
from
impossible.
Cochrane was probably a dummy lead at the start, just trying to take his direct opponent away from the hot spot. Horn Francis saw him.
Forward stream, that kick across the body. Just wrong foots the defender every time. Not many players are good enough to execute at that.
His road to being a league footballer has had its challenges, but what a popular goal that was. It's been the perfect night for Port Adelaide. The kick goes forward, and Burgoyne comes out and just sends it, clearing the immediate danger. Morrison tries to take it to the line. He couldn't because Berry had him in his sights, and it went unwhistled, much to those right in front of us who are standing with their arms wide open. Boo!
They want more, Jared.
They only lead by 46 points.
They want more.
You know what? More goals.
Reasonable case.
I doubt that is legal disposal.
Ruck's locked up, and then Moore's hands were good. Amon. Out comes Sicily. 3 Port players created the crush. The hands from Drew to Rosie. Misdirected. Warple with the forward hands. Ginnivan couldn't wrap his around it. He does the second time. Bruce with his forward craft. Slides it into the pocket. Watson is go. And now he's stopped. Take that, obviously.
Everywhere.
It's a no-flight zone.
No, definitely not tonight. We haven't seen
That's crazy.
So Port bring it out. There's been many a touring team on the wrong end of that scoreboard. And Hawthorn suffer that fate tonight. 100 up for Port Adelaide. Expansive on the switch. Rosie has a leer on the far side. Keeps it going in that direction for Boak. Burgoyne lends a hand. And back inboard for Sin. Just arrives in the nick of time. Rosie was the short, but the more attacking option was to go for Butters. What about correcting the angle? Stays up the line. Sweep at full stretch. Bang it up inside the 50. See what Georgiades can make of it. Cleared the way all right. Didn't quite time the retrieval.
Lloyd Jordan.
Huge numbers from Port stars there. Rosie and Butters. Joe Richards, he got things started.
Yeah, it was huge early, wasn't it? 2 goals in the first quarter, Hutto.
Port had players going either direction, but neither of them could take the footy with them. Instead, it's Hawthorn. Cholwell up the ground to Watson. Turns it inside out. Places it for Hardwick. Aaliyah has left his man to provide the reinforcement required. He's done enough to slow them down. Hardwick a second time. Gunston still nimble of foot and hand. Back to Moore. And Ginnivan, it's play on. Rounded up again. High kick to the top of the square. Sicily and Chol.
Nice,
a rarity
Chol.
tonight.
Yeah, 3 disposals tonight. He's had a real struggle.
Amon set it up.
It's only his second mark for the game.
Travis. 5 metres, guys. Travis.
Subbed out last match. Goalless against the Giants, but he did kick 3 against Carlton. It's been a tough night to be a forward at Hawthorn. To reduce it back to 40 points. Pretty simple equation. And he does it with ease in his own way. Puts it through. It's 40 points again.
Goal.
And there is just under 14 minutes remaining.
So 14 minutes, guys. That's the scoreboard.
A lot better after half time. Just being able to retain the ball and then score inside their own forward 50. They're going at 22% in the first half, 69% in the second half once going inside 50. So much better there, even though Chol hasn't had a big night. He's able to take a contested mark. Moore's had an influence since he's gone back to play predominantly second half inside.
Josh, go!
Yeah, second half, 10 disposals, 2 clearances. Newcombe, 11 disposals, 4 clearances and a goal.
So there's a lot of centre-bounce attendances to be allocated in the absence of Will Day, so Moore has made his claim for the lion's share of those, and there he is again. D'Ambrosio came from the wing. Newcombe is heading out there. Controls the bouncing ball. Casts his eyes forward. D'Ambrosio's on the link-up. He's got Moore on the outside. Moore won't be able to steady. Rides the momentum. Bruced into the hot spots. Warple.
It's a great chase by Wines. He'll go unrewarded though. Warple's getting a shot. The quiet night in his comeback game, James Warple. 15 disposals.
The dreaded syndesmosis in the opening round, but he's one of the few to escape surgery. So a period of rest and back into the fray in round 5. James Warple with the right foot drop punts. That is good.
Got it.
Back to 34 points. It got as far as 71 before the Hawks have gone about tidying things up. 15 goals to 10.
Yeah, 7 goals to 3 so far in this second half. Just see there, taking the ball. This was from a centre bounce. So Dylan Moore was a midfielder. Newcombe was the first to spread. Dylan Moore was the second. You see here on the open side. Then brought the ball back into a really important position. James Warple was the recipient of that kick from Luke Bruce. You see there the options. So good finish.
Well,
I'm still doing fun
never know.
guys.
34 points. Almost 13 minutes of playing time.
There you go.
Horn Francis, clean to Drew. A territory taker. Unpredictable football. Pow Pepper, top of the square. Disciplined all night, Port Adelaide. At the hole was against Rioli.
I thought there was going to be a hold on Battle.
Skill error yours, skill error.
Skill error, it certainly was that.
Had a few of them tonight. He was out though, Dylan Moore. They had players at the end of the ball as well, so it's a poor kick.
Free kicks at 12-0 this half.
Lucky free kick.
It's hard to go through a half without getting a free kick.
What did you say then, Hunter?
12-0 this half. Jordan Sweet claiming it was time for one there. Horn Francis threatening every time he's near the footy. One-on-ones ahead. Got underneath it in the end. And the footy locked away. They're just crying ball.
Yep, please, yep. Thank you. Lloyd,
3 goals to 1 in this quarter. Favour of Hawthorn. Port pressing. Drew.
Push from the back.
Gets one.
There it is.
Thought he rolled Dylan Moore.
I'm allowed to get pushed in the back today.
Oh, he's referring back to that centre bounce about 10 minutes ago when
10 metres. Jason, bring
Francis
everyone
pushed
out.
him
Connor. Out.
before the last Port Adelaide goal.
Willie. Thanks, Dylan. Stand. Out. Jason.
Yeah.
Now he's going to kick it.
So Willem Drew kicked a goal earlier tonight.
Nice try.
Too easy. And he's missed.
6 goals in 11 minutes. Aim on, bangs it in long, Weddles his man. Richards around.
He's up on the wing. going to play an attacking wing role, Weddle. They're going to try and go as hard as they can, as fast as they can, with another forward target.
The kick was too long again. Just gives the Port defenders time to close it down.
Ruckman at it. Coming through as Warple, clean break, just delays for a moment. McGuinness and Warple collaborate, forward to McKenzie. Now where to? He's had a good look, assessed what's there. He's going for Sicily. Radaglia out of position. And the captain has it.
Nice.
I love the kick. Love the kick there. He just put it out in front. It wasn't a lead, but he just dropped it in front. The drop zone, so Radaglia wasn't able to get the side of the ball when he turned around. Needs to finish.
No mucking around, just get it through. James Sicily puts us in cheap thrill territory.
He's got it.
This game on. Game on now. Starting to get a little bit nervous, Port Adelaide. So the mids have got to stand up here. Butters was on the bench moments ago. He's back on the ground now. So the senior leaders have to be better in around the football. Dylan Moore's had a huge quarter, 9 disposals. Just watch the transition there. So we haven't seen a huge amount of this. Able to keep flicking the ball along. Just rolled the dice, and it was a good decision in the end. Radaglia just lost touch.
+8 in the contested possession this quarter, Brownie. Ground balls where they've got them as well. +8 in ground balls.
It's been a huge turnaround, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's momentum. I think space forward for the stoppage, they've found a little bit better in the second half, Hawthorn.
Everyone looking at the scoreboard now and doing the numbers. 29 points.
29. This
Francis.
All 4 nights coming back.
Wines. Hawthorn, this is a big clearance. And the fight continues out to the wing. And still it goes. And it's a Hawthorn ball. Ball off the right boot. Here comes Sicily again.
Sicily almost marked it.
McGuinness gets bowled over on the follow-through.
Yep.
It is a free. Realisation now. McGuinness quickly off. Sicily, he got the last. It's a line ball.
Leave the ball. Leave the ball. I believe it's a touch behind. Can we just check that the ball was touched in the field of play? Score
Last year a poster.
Call this touch behind. Please confirm.
This year, is it a touch ball?
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball's touched before crossing the back of the goal line. Decision on the scoreboard.
Wow.
Brilliant by Zach Butters. Just got to Sicily enough to probably take a metre off the kick of penetration.
Yeah.
Desperation by Zach Butters.
He's forced that kick a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Momentum all running one way. 5 goals in 9:45 is very much in the equation. Farrell brings it in long. Wines waited underneath. Didn't take the mark. Ball spits out. Power Pepper good. Horn Francis is away. It's the chip and charge. Rioli's the charger. Gives it off to Boak. Works it around to Georgiades. Well constructed until then. Kicks a straight turnover. Impey away to Ward.
They've got no targets through the centre of the ground though. Hawthorn, that's why they've had to go wide.
Ambrosio will have to hold up. CJ wouldn't mind a bit of a dash. He's had a bounce in a second. And unloads to half forward. Hardwick or Chol. Chol grounded right to fly. Ball is gathered up. Radaglia. Richards got knocked off his kick.
Pressure from
On
Hawthorn.
here. He checks his kick. The Hawks have got 2 out the back. Sicily has it. Gunston in the square. Look out! The Hawks are charging. Gunston with number 5.
Now this is interesting.
Last year, Jared.
This is interesting.
They came from nowhere, came to the clouds. That was Nick Watson this time.
Back.
We lauded Zach Butters before for putting pressure on Sicily's kick, but this time it was Watson. He's able to just come up and force the pressure.
All week out.
Brilliant by Jarman
Stay
Impey too.
tuned, folks.
Out of
You better
half-back
get
just
it.
to take off. You're right, the pressure to affect that disposal. And then the deep forwards in Sicily and Gunston. They're the risk you've got to take at the moment. If you're Hawthorn forward, stay deep. Try not to get engaged further up the field. If it was the Jarman Impey, intercept mark at half-back and just take off. See what happens, see what unfolds.
That's a different-looking goal as to what we saw in the first half. The Port Adelaide fans' faces say a lot, don't they, at the moment? Negative thoughts creeping in. Hawthorn creeping over the footy. Mackenzie. That's a free kick.
High tackle.
It's going Port Adelaide's way.
They're aware of the free kick count.
They are. What will the method be now for Port Adelaide?
Well, I think they need to keep playing. They cannot play safe. Hawthorn seem to be feeding off that at the moment.
Farrell floats it wide. Watch out for Georgiades, who flies, but quite get the timing right.
Even the stoppage game like this, you've got Newcomb who gets through the stoppage. Mackenzie, Dylan Moore's been influential further up the ground. Still take this part of the game on. Horn Francis is in there.
Sweet from the front to Boak. To Horn Francis. Guiding kick. It's on the second by Georgiades. He's a mighty kick. Almost worthy of 50. A nervous glance from Barris. Mitch Georgiades. Eyes are darting. Sets it up. No real flyers. Pau Pepper scores to settle.
Wow.
He's a powerful force. What were you worried about?
I love that. Just willed himself for the contest. Was aerially involved. Then when the ball hit at ground level and take the opportunity.
Ouch.
He's had a great battle earlier on in the night with James Sicily. It was fascinating behind the play.
Well, he was in the pocket by himself when Georgiades had the ball. I thought he was going to pull the kick late to Pau Pepper. But Pau Pepper just had to get front and center. You can see there in the corner. Thought that's where the kick would have been, but you just see here, come across the front of the stoppage.
He does do that well.
They've gone from holding their breaths to the chant returning. 28 points is a good cushion. Pau Pepper with a couple. Can the Hawks resettle themselves? Boak might get out the front. It lands in front of Georgiades and took the high bounce.
7 minutes to go, still plenty of time.
In the back, kept it alive well. Butters inside.
Another goal from... Oh, yeah, this is it.
It's a walk-in goal for Rioli. She's all over now. And CJ's going to wear the brunt of it. Throw him over the top rope.
Let go. CJ, let's go.
Wow.
There's another kick.
Yeah. Well, they're stuck right in now.
Hands off. Starting position. Let's go out. We're him out.
They want some peace. Yeah, it's obviously over.
Mitch, out now. Out.
So let's have a look. CJ
Wow.
just shoves Rioli over. It's the double goal that's coming.
Mitch, top.
The maximum pain. Suddenly the margin will be 40 as realisation grows around Adelaide Oval as to what's
Another play.
transpired. One dastardly push.
Let's go.
And double goal. Twice into the trees. Still they want to fight. Rioli's gone from 1 to 3 goals and a thrice. And that margin, which was 22 a moment ago, has blown out again.
That's ridiculous.
There's
Why?
no love lost, Jared.
They're just fighting. Just go back to your starting decisions.
Yeah, just showing
Listen
the
to the
ball.
umpire.
Yeah, not happy with that, Jack. Not much you can do, though, in that situation. You definitely don't want to give away the free kick, but...
Look at this.
There's been a fair bit of emotion in this one all throughout.
We would have been disappointed if we didn't see some of that.
Yeah.
Meek with the tap. Drew. So the threat has been well and truly extinguished now. And the Port fans and the coach can revel in this. The margin is 40. Wines looking for more. Impey. From angles they come. Morrison to Amon.
Play on! Play on!
Play on, umpire said.
Crowd still riding each and every
And that
kick.
was a very
Decision
bad
or
kick.
non-decision?
Yeah, symbolic of the night, actually. I think Hawthorn, Port Adelaide have made good decisions behind the ball. Burgoyne came forward to pressure up, but then Hawthorn haven't been able to execute well enough, especially their kicking skills coming off half-back.
A little bit of keepings off.
Oh, stat padding.
Down to Sweet. Back to Boak. Horn Francis. He's maintained the rage. To Wines. Forward to Georgiades. Rioli again. Not that time. Jack. Straight into his move with a bounce. An affected kick to Moore. Could be overwhelmed by the numbers and the pressure. Oh, Richards, he caught one high? No.
Thank you.
Go up.
Thanks, Joe. Behind you. Thank you.
You just can't tackle Horn Francis, can you?
Point.
So
guys
powerful,
enjoyed
agility, unbelievable.
Wines with the grab and give to Drew. Oh, got out of the outstretched hands of Jaff, but he had the backup. Barris. That is a skyscraper.
Play on.
Farrell was nimble in the collect. Unfortunate smother.
Play on.
Horn Francis took a couple to slow him. They're whacking away underneath there with Mackenzie.
Jordan.
Butters is never too far away from a skirmish. Wouldn't have it any other way.
So back to work they go at the source. Hacked out by Newcomb. Got past a couple. Malia recovers suitably. Just needed a bit of support. Didn't quite manage to finesse it away. Bruce and Scholl combined to give Sicily a look. And they're on deep. Gunston's going to kick goal number 6.
Yep.
How about that in a losing cause? And the veteran redefines his possibilities this season, you'd think.
Yeah, he's going to be important,
119 to 85.
Especially with Lewis. No Cal Shadir out there. Charles had his struggles tonight, so he's obviously the veteran ahead of the ball. He's been fantastic, their only winner.
I bet you that some Hawthorn players are not going to shake.
They're going to just get it over the top. So obviously they're rolling the dice there. Hawthorn trying to run forward of the ball. All little too late. He's done well to continue on his career, though. Went to Brisbane. That was a failed experiment. Came back to Hawthorn, where he's comfortable.
I think he's fully aware that he was maybe not going to play every game this year, so you take the opportunity. When you get a chance to play, you take the opportunity and force the coaching staff to make some tough calls. And at the moment, he's probably been their best forward, not only tonight, but this year.
It's a huge haul in a losing team. Warple. They're going to fight it out to the end. Mackenzie. Alia.
Nice.
Well, they're intercept marks, so 19 intercept marks now to Port Adelaide. So Sam Mitchell
Good
needs to
intercept mark by Alia.
go to work on that number. Needs to be better ahead of the ball.
Lucky Jones. 13 disposals tonight for him. He's averaged 10.67 disposals in the last 2 seasons exactly, and that's his average so far this year as well. Horn Francis to Butters, and it is a free going Port's way.
Listen to the crowd. They are pretty happy that Port Adelaide won that game.
Those two sides meet again in Launceston later in the year.
Stand. Fair now.
Might be an interesting fixture as well.
Play on.
No urgency about the kick. Down the line it goes. Barris rising. Meek. Amon shelling out the handball to Morrison. Horn Francis hard to get past, but Butters even tougher to Wines. The Hornet again. Georgiades. 1, 2. Not paid.
Oh, not paid. Is it paid?
Thanks, Mitch.
It wasn't paid.
sharp
He
was that
just
hand from
fumbled it.
Butters?
He did 1, 2, 3, and then he
Very quick.
wow.
That was the umpire's call. The digits. Jack. Rounded up by Burgoyne. And they come again. It's a little bit wild and woolly as Mead flew. Morrison through to Warple on the bounce. The Wizard. A little invisible for most of tonight. And the ball is over the line and out of bounds.
He's had a great night, Zach Butters. A little bit quiet for Nick Watson. Hasn't been as much ball down there as he would have liked. I was surprised he actually didn't get involved in the midfield, but he's come up and tried to play high half forward, as we see there.
Rucks lean into each other. Newcomb tackled without it by Horn Francis. Or not tackled, just pressure the umpire thoughts.
Came off Jason's hand. Jordan, Lloyd.
47,671.
For
The closing of gather round at Adelaide Oval. Drew at the source. Away to Boak, up to Mead in the grapple. Georgiades takes it, fires, and misses.
All clear.
He's had a good night, Georgiades.
Stay out, Tom.
He's looked really dangerous. 3 goals too. He said played well last week.
Play on you.
oh,
Sin grabs it back for Port to the inside to Ollie Wines. A little too severe on the snap.
Kenny, love that from Power Pepper.
And again, Mitch, out here. Mitch, point off.
Straight up the middle here for Tommy.
Kenny working the numbers to the end. Harris fires it down the middle.
2 minutes to go.
Go ahead for Warple. Floats it for Ginnivan. Warple again. Tough one for Watson. He did pretty well to manoeuvre. Now Bruce. He's been doing this for years. Muscle memory enacted by Luke Bruce. It was his 300th that caused all the dramas last year. And he cuts the margin to 30 points.
How many times have you seen that? How many times have you seen this from Luke Bruce?
8 of the 9 winning scores for the weekend, over 100 points. And Essendon, 96. The only one that didn't get the 3 figures.
Yeah, they were impressive as well. Obviously hitting the scoreboard just shy of 100. It's been some decent margins this weekend. It's been great to be here though. It's been a great festival. Great weather. Conducive for high scoring.
Bruce gets in on the axe as Gunston, the 6 is the equal to his career best. He's kicked it 4 times. That it throughout his days. The crashing in the middle. Wines wore that from Warple. Impey's trying to get out the front. Drew kept him away from it. Berry gets a touch. And it's Port who win that skirmish. Richards couldn't quite handle the ferocity of the kick coming from Farrell. Berry kept going for him though. Power Peppers in a duel. Carried him. Barras with the intercept mark. Warple limps from the field, so you don't want to see that late in the losing cause. Jones fashions the turnover. Drew, Horn-Francis tackled by Brewston, wins holding the ball. Good win for a veteran over a Tyro. Said he couldn't be tackled. Luke Bruce just made a liar out of him. Out to the side for D'Ambrosio. McInnes positioned himself, but Farrell got the fist in. So Easter Monday, the Hawks' next assignment. He's just coming back from the syndesmosis, Warple, so a lot of fingers crossed there.
He's going to the rooms.
He's battled hard tonight on his return. The Port Dynamos led the way out of the middle. And their fans love them for it. Been a tough start to the season. But what a performance they have put up tonight. Suddenly they love their club and their coach again. There's a common theme. The Sallies from the crowd rather than the players.
Succession plans back alive.
Yeah, give him the longer contract. Out of 49 seconds.
29 seconds to go.
Horn Francis. He's having a bounce. His ambition hasn't wavered. Georgie Hardy's not that. That's not a mark either. That's
not a mark. It's tackle.
It's 1-0 now.
Ball, they cry. Time for one more.
One more before the silence.
Josh.
One more moment.
30 seconds.
One last gather round highlight. Drew to Wines. Who better than Butters? Bit of an anticlimax as the ball drifts across the face. But we're down to the last 24 seconds. And uncanny Kenny, he's done it again.
Just the winning margin to be decided. A quarter that has gone into the 36th minutes. Sweet clears the way of 1 and 2. Weddle ended up with a footy.
The end of the gather round for 20-25.
And everyone's happy for that to go out of bounds. They've fought each other to a standstill.
Yeah, they really have. I just think the Port leader's been brilliant tonight. Look at that midfield, Butters, Horn, Francis, Rosie off half-back. I think Powell Pepper ahead of the ball, Geordie. Yep. They lead from the front at the start. They set the tone for their teammates to come along. That's what set up the scoreboard.
Sweep just cleared the way again. McKenzie's ended up with the footy. Feeds it inboard for Amon. Could Gunston come up with his best night around the sticks? He can't get access.
And silent sounds.
It's a power.
The end of gather round.
To gather rounds.
Port Adelaide has won by 13
as
points.
Port inflict Hawthorn's first
Congratulations
loss of the season.
to the Power.
Again, they send the Hawks away from Adelaide Oval with a fresh dose of pain.
Game over.
That have been exchanged throughout the night, and an air of until next time. For Ken Hinkley, it was a week to endure. It's a week of his own making. He's the other side of it now. He'll coach against Hawthorn at least once more, for sure. He'll be glad to be through it, I'm sure. So hostilities set aside for the time being. Sean Burgoyne is downstairs with the man who set all of this up, the captain, Connor Rosie.
Going with the skipper. Connor, talk us through this game and the start. 6 goals in the first quarter. What led to that blistering start?
Yeah, I suppose it probably started a bit last week. We felt like our second, third and fourth quarter we're pretty good. We got back to playing our brand of footy, I guess, and you know, we brought in some new people and adjusted a few things, and it's probably taken a little bit to click. So you know, we felt like we built a little bit of momentum, even though we didn't get the win last week, and to come out here, and I was really proud of the way the boys approached the week, and hopefully this can be the start of a bit of momentum.
Talk us about the rivalry that's been created this last couple of times you've played. It's very fiery out there. Was that mentioned during the week?
Nah, not really, to be honest. I feel like it gets built up a fair bit externally, and people like talking about it. From our point of view, we didn't start the season the way we wanted, and this was an important game to win. So, yeah, like I said, I was just proud about our effort and intensity and just the way we played in general.
And the switch to half-back, 2 goals, is that going to be a regular thing now?
I don't know, you have to ask Kenny that. It was, yeah, thrown up early in the week, and, yeah, I guess I played a little bit there before I got drafted, and feel like I can be a bit more of a leader down there and help the boys out. We're pretty young down back, so yeah, we'll see next week.
No worries, mate. Go enjoy the victory of the boys.
Thanks, Shawnee.
That was an interview by
on the siren. The other leader, the glee from Zach Butters, who does possess the crazy eyes every now and then. They are.
You do your own lip reading there. Yeah. It's meant plenty to them. Gives them a foothold in the season. They've looked decidedly mediocre until tonight.
Just a reminder of how unpredictable this game can still be, and from an AFL point of view, everyone's flying high. From an AFL point of view, I mean, there are more than we expect number of teams struggling. So for one of those teams down the bottom half who only had a win to their name, it's a big win for them.
So the last 3 here for Hawthorn is beaten from an impregnable position. Heartbreak at the semi-final when it's the width of a goalpost, and then built as such a main event tonight. They didn't show up in the opening half. There's no escaping that.
Back to Sean.
It was a blistering start, Zach, and whenever there's a bit of a scuffle, you're in and amongst it. You must love that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good part of the game, and I feel like if I can control it and not let it get too far, it gets me into the game as well, and really brings out my competitive nature. So, yeah, I often get told off by Mum and Kenny and a few others and all your coaches at the club, but yeah, sometimes it's like backing up my teammates, and yeah, it gets me into the game.
So what led to the 6-goal first quarter? What did Ken say to you in the pre-game?
Yeah, I think last week was a disappointing start, so that was our focus going into it. The first 10 minutes, if we can just apply really good pressure, bring a good contest game that we knew would give ourselves a chance.
It's your second game back at a high intensity this game. How's the body feeling?
Yeah, pretty sore. I've definitely been moving better previously, so yeah, I think for me it's just one step at a time, and yeah, hopefully at the back end of the year I can really hit my straps.
And Georgiadis up front, since Todd Marshall's gone down, he's really made that forward line his own. What's your opinion on him?
Yeah, he's really stood up and really grown into his role and really matured, and yeah, I think he feels like he's the man down there, and I think he likes that feeling. They call him the Prince of Perth back in Perth, so yeah, I think he can run the forward line down and be the man down there.
No worries, mate. Go enjoy it with the boys.
Thanks, Shawnee. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Zach Butters getting interviewed.
Doesn't he make a difference? And it is the weaponry that they do possess. And when you talk about Port Adelaide and their list, and obviously there is some doubt over his long-term future, contracted for another year. There's no doubting their talent in the midfield.
So Sydney and Sydney, North Melbourne here, then off to play the Bulldogs and back for a showdown. So the wrong side of the ledger, but back in the season after tonight. What can they make of that stretch? Sam Mitchell, so he's lingered for a while in the box there, hasn't he? Perhaps pondering where it's all been. First rule of Gather Round Hutto is to gather, and we have gathered in numbers of 269,506 across these 4 days. 100,000 people attended the footy festival. 40% of that number has come from outside South Australia and 27% from Victoria. Good many Hawthorn supporters have been here for it. They'll leave disappointed, as will the Hawks. But
they are now. I mean, that's the weekend is, and the weather's been amazing, which has all added to it. From a football point of view, it's only one game, and as Sam Mitchell said, they haven't really played their best footy, particularly with the footy. They've got this huge Monday clash coming up on Easter Monday against the Cats before they take on the Eagles and the Tigers. So I think either way they've got some wins coming up, but just the other top of the ladder before tonight. I wonder how much reassessment will go on.
It's a volatile fan base in Port Adelaide at the moment after a lot of years under the same regime, but he references are people in love with their team again as they leave such a big occasion. And it does put in mind a few recent performances that they have had. They still have the capacity to stun and inflict maximum damage. The first half of this had Sam Mitchell's head spinning for a while in the box, and then he came down to the bench. There was a degree of exasperation about it, and certainly helplessness. They clearly reset after half-time, so that was commendable, but the game was long gone by then.
And that's a vastly different feeling to what they've experienced in all but one game so far this year. Port Adelaide, disappointing. Certainly at the end against Essendon on the road, and then they came against St Kilda too little too late last week, but led the way tonight and were able to hold on by 30 points against a side that has slipped from top down to 5th, Hawthorn. Of course, it's not a complete ladder, as we know, but the reigning premiers and their fellow Queenslanders, the Gold Coast.
Yeah, well, South Australia might be the centre of the football world, but the power seaters in Queensland, our 2 unbeaten teams from there.
There's a Q clash on the horizon too, a few weeks away.
Port Adelaide dragged themselves out of that long tail sort of goes to 12 now. Beyond that, they put themselves back in it.
They're going in the wins.
Discounted from people's contemplations. Is you have to reassess them after tonight.
Yeah, they are.
The joy and the relief.
We won't get told the truth, but this was the perfect game at the perfect time. I have no doubt
Should I keep it on, guys?
Round up to the eyeballs, and that's the Zach Butters reaction at the end.
You also hear the song from Port Adelaide.
That in such a powerful way.
We might see a little bit of that come out too in the song.
It's usually a pretty good indicator, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kings of the town. Yeah. Crows went down.
They did.
On opening night, Crows close with a win. And the farewell to gather rounds. Fireworks light up the city.
Right. It is power.
Playing Port Adelaide when Port Adelaide are playing for Ken. The Power have stunned the football world tonight with a first half annihilation, setting up a 30-point victory over Hawthorn. Jonathan Brown, Jordan Lewis, exactly 7 months to the day since that traumatic semi-final victory. Port have retained bragging rights.
Absolutely, they were fantastic, weren't they? I've got the crowd riled up here. Even the Hawthorn supporters are cheering. You got a bit of feedback on the way over here, Johnny, from the commentary box.
I'm going to keep on for time, you guys.
Obviously, the history of these two clubs, especially after what happened around that semi-final last year, it was great. Port Adelaide was so good early, they were powerful, and managed to hang on in the end.
Really, also, these Port Adelaide supporters have been waiting since Thursday for their time to come around. So the atmosphere and the game has been built up. You can see here there's still a lot of fans hanging around, but I mean, we'll get into the detail in a minute. They were unbelievable, Port Adelaide. It was a masterclass in the first half. I'd love to know how their week was set up by Kevin.
How good is this, though, finish to gather around? I mean, it is one of the best weeks on the footy calendar to have the fireworks going. As you said, a lot of happy Port Adelaide fans are getting a little bit more rowdy when Brownie's revving them up. But let's head down into the change rooms, because I bet it's an even better vibe there. Mitch Georgiades has been good enough to join us. Mitch, where on earth did that come from, that first half? It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? We knew exactly what we'd have to bring to get on top of them, and that was pressure and contest. So for the first half to come out the way we did and perform the way we did, it was a testament to those two impacts.
But were you even quite surprised at just how dominant you were?
Oh, I think there's a little element of surprise, no doubt. They're a quality outfit. We know how well they can play, and to get the start we did after a slow start last week was a really great start.
Well done, Mitch. Great effort. The Port Adelaide fans are going bananas here in the background. It's a bit hard to hear with all the fireworks as well, but you were sensational tonight as well. But take us behind the scenes during the week. Kenny Hinkley, we know he's a fire and brimstone coach, Kenny. That's why we love him. Did he lean into that?
Yeah, we love his emotions. That's what makes him such a great coach, and we all get on so well with him. The week it actually didn't change too much. Obviously, there's a massive build-up to the Sunday game. It's been talked about for a while. So, but like I said, we knew what was going to get us in a great position to win the game, and that was contest and pressure, and that's what we brought from the first moment.
A few of the more tactical moves, Rosie to half-back, seemed to be a masterstroke, and he seemed to enjoy his time in that position as well.
Yeah, he's such a quality player. We know exactly what we get from him. He's a hard-working, running, uses the ball well. So to have the flexibility to put him back when we've got some other really great midfielders there is a really nice opportunity.
We can't hear a thing up here.
I feel like I'm in a war zone.
I'm not sure you can hear it through the microphones.
Hey, what's going on?
Fireworks. How have you enjoyed everyone coming over to Adelaide and the whole gather-round experience? Have you engrossed yourself in it?
Yeah, it's sort of been hard not to engross myself in it on this being a Sunday game. I swear I've watched every game of football almost. It's buzzing outside the city. It's amazing. It's a great atmosphere, and tonight was no exception.
Mitch, you and the players might have to come up on the hill. The party's out here. But just just talk to us about this victory and what it means to the group. I mean, a bit of a flat start to the season. Do you feel as though this could be a season-defining game, a bit of a line in the sand moment for your footy club?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that. No doubt it was a massive game just for this week, but also for our season. And to get a win like that to put us in a great position. Last week we built on some really good things, and then to put it together a bit more this week was, yeah, it was really nice.
You've had some big tasks this year so far. Tom Barrass goes tonight. How did you see that match up from a personal point of view?
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a big boy as well, so he's definitely got me in the strength department. So for me, it's all about keeping mobile, trying to get up and down the ground and use my speed a bit more.
There's a bit happening out in the field between you players as well, especially as the game wore on.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, there's been a massive build-up. We played on the edge. That's the way we love football, and I'm sure they do as well. So it's all part of the game. We love to see it, and it's fun being out there.
And who's the biggest yapper for you boys? We know the Hawthorn blokes.
Have a guess. Oh, yeah. Have a guess, no doubt.
What about Mitch? Did you see the fans copying Ken's move and doing the old aeroplanes post-game?
I did see that, actually, after someone's goal. A little aeroplane came out, which was nice to see. Yeah, it was a good little celebration.
Brownie kind of asked you about it before, but what exactly is it that makes this group really galvanise and get behind Ken whenever he's, copping a fair bit of media criticism and he's under the pump? You all seem to just really stand up and play for Ken.
Yeah, as simple as it is, we just try to stay within the four walls. As hard as it is to block out external noise, it's all about staying as connected as a group, and we spend a lot of time together. We love spending time together. We have fun and we enjoy what we do.
Mitch, appreciate your time post-game. Enjoy this win.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I think even some of the Port fans here tonight are still a little bit stunned as to what they've seen.
Yeah, it was so powerful right at the get-go. They needed that response, though, didn't they? Been very disappointed early in the set. They had a big win against Richmond, but obviously Richmond's really struggling. And it started from their leaders, so I thought they were fantastic. And they're brave from the coach box well. They knew they had to change something up. Connor Rosey, the captain, goes to half-back in an unfamiliar role, Kath, and he executed really well right from the get-go. He was dangerous. We know he was their hard player of the match, and just the way he was able to get down and really be dominant in the forward half, wasn't he? Even though he's named on a half-back flank, he used the ball really well. 28 disposals, they're big numbers, but he just knew when he needed to sneak forward, when he needed to go back and defend, and he led from the front tonight.
And they found the replacement for Houston. I mean, that was always going to be the challenge throughout this season, and, he's a player that could probably play in any position on the ground, but maybe what they lacked was that bounce off half-backs and the player that understands positioning. I was really quite surprised in his positioning. He knew where to stand at what time, and he hasn't played in defence at all, really, in his career, but they might have found their replacement for Dan Houston
And he is brave as well. He took 4 intercept marks, and Houston, as we know, has always been very good in the air.
So you think they stick with this now?
Oh, I don't think you can change on the back of that. I think they're already stacked in the midfield. When you talk about the players who they've got in there, they're
forget about Wines as well, don't we? We often talk about Butters and Horn Francis, but forget about Wines. Wines are very good again tonight. And Travis Boak started to go in and do some centre bounces. Mead, they can start to get through there a bit more. So I think they've got enough numbers to allow Rosie to stay at half-back.
Well, let's give that man, Zach Butters, a bit of love because he was the second highest rated player on the field tonight, 33 disposals. He's been super impressive in his first 2 games back from injury, and with all the talk about his future and whether he wants to stay at Port or not, well, he looked 100% invested this evening.
Yeah, second game back. I think that, he seems like the type of player, and I'm pretty sure Georgiades named Zach Butters as the yapper, the number 1 yapper on the field. But he's a type of player that loves the big occasion, loves when the Port Adelaide club are up against the wall, and it's a big challenge for them tonight. Second game back, he was outstanding.
Well, that biff really started when Butters had a bit of a move on James Warple in the first quarter. That was the first biff, so he definitely sets the tone, Zach Butters. What about if we've got to cap off all 3? That is Rosie Butters and Jason Horne-Francis. As you said in the call, Geordie, he's just so hard to tackle. You almost can't tackle this man.
The weekend started with the old bull, Patrick Dangerfield, and Thursday night, and it finished with the young bull, Jason Horne-Francis. Get him a nose ring, get him an old bull ring there. He was magnificent. He's just so powerful, isn't it? Like, it's a unique set of physical skills, and he's obviously got the skills to go with it as well.
He might be a better kick than Danger, but he was outstanding. You're right. There was one passage of play or moment in play when, I forget the Hawthorn play, but they were nose to nose and Jason Horne-Francis walked away. It's just a really good sign of maturity and where his attention lies, because he has been maybe criticised in the past. getting into that sort of argy-bargy and maybe wasting a bit of energy in those types of incidents. But his attention is on the ball and he's hard to stop.
Brownie, I heard one of your requests for the post-game was clip up all the bits of Biff throughout the night because you want to just commentate us through his highlights package. And as I said, it started with a bit of Butters and Warple.
Well, it sure changed last week. Tim Zoo had a knockout in the 4th round, so I need some more calling of the biffer. We got a bit of it tonight as the game went. Not enough from Hawthorn early, that's for sure. Zach Butters sort of stayed away a little bit right until the end. We know he's only got about $500 before he crosses the $50,000 threshold.
And
there we go, the Port Adelaide squad. We didn't see the aeroplane on the field, did we? Jack Ginnivan didn't score a goal, but we saw it from the Port fan.
They didn't need to do it. They were so dominant in the first half. That didn't even need to come into their game, Port Adelaide. So,
just quietly on that, how relieved do you think Ken Hinkley is right now?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, look, if they come out tonight and they put up a poor performance, you can only imagine what the storyline would have been tomorrow morning. They would have been calling for Kenny's head. The succession plan hasn't worked. Get rid of him now. Yeah. That would have been front page, back page, everywhere across Australia. So you don't need to put up with that for another week at least, but it just shows they've got the talent there. Remember they made a prelim final last year. Now, I know they've lost a couple of players, but they've still got the nucleus of that group. So they need to play better than what they've performed so far this season until tonight.
It was similar to that performance. It might have been Western Bulldogs. And remember the interview that Sarah Jones did with him after the game, and it had been a big week and the emotion poured out of Kenny. I think he'd be feeling similar feelings tonight after what has been a big week.
Proud of his boys as they played for him yet again. One of the things they did really well, Brownie, was blocking the corridor, and the Hawks just continuously struggled to exit their D50.
Yeah, we had a great vantage point, didn't we, Geordie? And they were just able to block up. Hawthorn, they can be really dangerous. Got some powerful moves off half-back. Impey and Amon, they were able to limit their production coming out of there. They probably missed Scrimshaw, who wasn't there, but every time they tried to go through the corridor, it was just blocked up. I thought it was a really disciplined effort by Port Adelaide's players, their midfielders, and their backmen to set up behind the ball, Geordie.
It's a great piece of vision because, one, the way that you set up defensively and then you're able to turn the ball over allows you to be in a position to then attack. So you see there, the two Port Adelaide players who are blocking the corridor actually get used on offence. So it was a really disciplined way to defend, but it actually helped them to bring the ball back through the corridor and attack in a manner that was really dangerous.
And then the Powers intercept marks as well in the end, 2011.
Well, eventually they had to throw James Sicily forward the back end of the second quarter. So I'm not sure what's the bigger storyline. What's more, is it Port Adelaide taking those intercept marks, or is it Hawthorn's issues ahead of the ball? So the personnel, Joel had a poor night. We know that Lewis is injured, Kelshadi is injured as well, so they desperately need a target ahead of the ball. I'm not sure Sicily's going to be the permanent forward, and you can't rely on Jack Gunston, the veteran, to kick 6 goals every week.
Yeah, I thought the competitiveness of a child was poor tonight, which allowed Port Adelaide to control the air in those types of plays. When the ball went to Gunston or even a Luke Bruce at times, at least they halved it. I just thought Chol could have halved those situations a lot more than he did and was really disappointing in that area.
We've still got a fair bit to dissect when it comes to the Hawthorn side of things. We're going to hear from both coaches in their press conferences. Geez, they're both going to be must-watch. Ken Hinkley and the relief he'll be feeling right now, and Sam Mitchell and the disappointment, in particular their first half. We've got Sean Burgoyne joining us at the desk next, and a reminder, well, you two don't need a reminder, the final round from Augusta National to get underway midnight Eastern on Channel 503. Rory's got a 2-shot lead ahead of Bryson DeChambeau. You can see it all on Fox.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to turn that off because that's done. Alright, and then we're going to do... high quality... photo. Import. Alright. Almost done. I'm just gonna get the stream for tomorrow ready. One moment. One moment. If you want to fix that as well. Just alright, looks like I can't adjust it. Alright, that's fine. See one line. That's perfect. One moment. Just making sure it's good. Okay. Alright. That's perfect. Alright. Okay. We get the stream set up, and then I'll explain to you guys what we're doing. Tomorrow. FNCS. Group 1. Do this. Major 2. Fuck. Accidentally, hold on. Use again. Hold on 1 second, chat. Okay. Um. Alright, and then make this. No, just make sure what time it starts. 7 o'clock. That will be tomorrow. Alright. Actually, this will be a 7. Alright, good. Alright. Alright, chat. You guys can still see me. Okay. Chat. So, sorry that took so long. I had to get the stream, you know, blah, 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 that all done. I'm gonna turn off the big white, so I'm just using the white over here. Why you guys can't see me? Let me get that fixed. Right here. You guys can see the camera. See my face. Just using my white. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so chat. We have very big important things to talk about before I end my stream, okay? Firstly, I need to fix this for tomorrow. Is this good? Make it a bit down. There we go. Alright. So, chat. Okay. Maybe that's good. Alright, chat. We have lots of stuff to talk about, okay? Or we're a bit of stuff to talk about, alright, before I end the stream. Alright, so chat. Tomorrow, let me just get rid of some of these. Sorry guys, I've been doing a bit of editing. Alright, so chat. This is a stream that we did, but it's gonna be ending in a second. And this is the stream that is scheduled for tomorrow. Alright? Tomorrow. I'm gonna explain to you guys about that in a second, but we're gonna tell you guys the leaderboard for Gather Round, okay? So this is the official weather, guys, for Gather Round. Alright, so Hawthorn have lost and Port Adelaide have won by 30 points. So they were at second place or first. If they would have won this, they would have been first place by scores level. But because they lost, they are basically fifth on the ladder. They are fifth, and Gold Coast Giants, Collingwood, and Collingwood are second, third, and fourth. Okay, they won matches for Gather Round. Okay, so Geelong also won as well. So Hawthorn lost. Because they lost, they are now fifth on the ladder. Adelaide is seventh, and Freo is eighth. All right, and these are the ladder from top 9 to top 16 or 18. West Coast is last. St Kilda have 12 points. Sydney are 8th, 8 points. They lost. Port Adelaide are 11th, 8 points. Western Bulldogs 8 points. Essendon 8 points. Carlton 4 points. They won. Finally, North Melbourne, they haven't won. 4 points. Richmond, my team, 4 points. Melbourne 0 points, and West Coast Eagles 0 points. They have not won anything, West Coast. So that is the leaderboard for round number 5. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, gather round for 2025 is officially ended. It is finished. All right, gather round is finished. And it won't be happening again till next year. All right. So here's the let's talk about next week. Okay. This is next week. All right. Next week, matches, all the matches like Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, etc., are going to be coming back next week. Okay. So it's going to be returning back to normal next week. Okay. So next week, all right, this is the matches for next week, okay? So matches are going to be starting on Thursday, all right? So Brisbane versus Collingwood is going to be happening at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, we'll talk about that in a second, okay? That match for Brisbane and Collingwood for 7:30, all right? North Melbourne and Carlton will be playing at 3:20 p.m. West Coast Eagles and Essendon will be playing at 6:20 p.m. Right, not very good matches for Friday. All right, so North Melbourne and Carlton are going to be playing at 3:20 p.m. on Friday, April 18th, and Essendon and West Coast will be at 6:10 p.m. All right, not very good match for Friday. Saturday, we have Melbourne and Freo at 1:20 p.m. We have Adelaide and Giants at 4:15, and we got Richmond and Gold Coast at 7:35. All right, Sunday we got Sydney versus Port Adelaide. We got Western Bulldogs versus St Kilda, and Monday, April 21st, we have Geelong versus Hawthorn. We have Geelong versus Hawthorn. Alright, at 3:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So, next week, there won't be any vlogs next week. Alright? But round 7, there will be a vlog for this match. Thursday, April 24th. Alright? Friday, Collingwood and Essendon are going to be playing, and Freo and Adelaide are going to be playing as well, okay? This is Anzac. Alright, Anzac. Tomorrow's Anzac on Friday. Next Friday. And we have Carlton and Geelong at Sunday as well. Alright? So, those are the matches for next week, guys, okay? So now, let's talk about the schedule for next week, okay? So I want you guys to listen up. Okay? So, tomorrow, alright, I am going to be streaming very early tomorrow. Alright? The stream that is scheduled, which is this one right here, titled FNCS Major 2 NA Central Group 1 Watch Party. Alright? That is the stream that is scheduled for tomorrow. It is going to be starting in about 8 hours. Alright? That is the stream that is going to be happening tomorrow. Alright? Now, before I continue on, if you guys have not checked out my friend's YouTube channel, she uploaded a video today, this Sunday. So if you haven't checked this out, make sure you guys go ahead and do. Alright, it's titled Move House with Me Part 1, Come Pack and Unpack Things, Clothes with Me. Alright, it is a 16-minute and 38-second video. Alright, if you guys want to check that out, alright, once I end the stream, you guys can. It is all here for you guys. So just go ahead and click on that link. Alright, and it will take you there. Alright, so tomorrow, alright, this is the stream that is scheduled for tomorrow. This is the stream that is scheduled. Alright, FNCS Major 2 NA Central Group 1 Watch Party. Alright, and you guys can see the people that are playing. The very, very good pro players that are playing. You can see here Ritual, that's Cold, right here, and that's Peterbot. So Ritual, Peterbot, and Cold are going to be playing in this group tomorrow. Alright, so this stream is scheduled tomorrow, and it's going to be very, very early. It is going to be starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. I will be streaming tomorrow at 7 a.m. tomorrow. very early stream tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning. This stream will go till it's at 10 a.m. 3 hours. 3 hours, 30 minutes is when the stream will be, that's the estimated time of when the stream will be happening. Alright, so 3 hours and 30 minutes. Tomorrow night, also, once that stream is tomorrow is finished for tomorrow morning for FNCS Group 2, Major 2, there won't be any stream for the rest of Monday night. Alright? There won't be any stream for the rest of Monday night. Okay? Tuesday will be normal stream. 10:30, 11 o'clock to 3 a.m. Wednesday, normal stream. 10:30, 11 o'clock to 3 a.m. Tuesday, normal stream. Wednesday, normal stream. Thursday, I was going to tell you guys that I'm not going to be streaming on Thursday because I was going to make a video, but I am going to try my absolute. I want to do a watch party for Brisbane versus Collingwood, alright? Because that's going to be a very good match and it starts at 7:30, alright? I'm going to try my ass off to try and get that video done and recorded and uploaded to my YouTube studio. So the way it is, get all my clips, get all my stuff ready for the important video, and to try and get it finished and uploaded to YouTube studio before 7:30. Alright? That stream, if I was going to do that Brisbane vs Collingwood stream, alright, do not expect it to get scheduled until I finish the important video. Alright? I have to do it on Thursday because I want to get that uploaded on Saturday, next Saturday. Alright? So that so just keep an eye on my channel, okay? I'll provide you guys updates regarding about this, and if I do not get that finished in time before 7:30 p.m, then there won't be a stream on Thursday. Alright, but I'm gonna try my ass off. Alright, but if I was gonna stream on Thursday and I get everything done, then that stream will be just a viewing party for Brisbane vs Collingwood, and that's basically gonna be it for that stream. Okay? Friday will be Fortnite. Alright. Friday will be Fortnite. Saturday will be Fortnite. Normal stream for Fortnite on Friday. Normal stream for Fortnite on Saturday. Sunday will be an early stream. So we'll be doing a viewing party for Sunday. 7 a.m. to 10 o'clock. And then there will be another stream Sunday night. Monday, same thing. Same thing. Actually, Monday will be different. Monday will be a Vim party, and then that's basically going to be it because I'll have to get some bit of sleep because Tuesday I start school. Alright? So that is the schedule. Alright? So, tomorrow I'll be streaming FNCS Group 1 watch party. That will be starting tomorrow in 8 hours. Alright? And that's definitely going to be happening. So, make sure you guys notify me that stream is going to be scheduled. If you guys haven't watched this new video that my friend have uploaded, is in the chat. Okay? Monday, once that stream ends on Monday for group 1, alright, that finishes at 10:30, that stream will end. Okay? That stream will end, and there won't be any more streams for Monday. Just that stream for the morning, and that's basically it. Okay? Tuesday, normal stream, 10:30 to 11. Wednesday, normal stream, 10:30 to 11. Thursday, potential no stream, but I want to stream the Brisbane vs Collingwood game. That starts at 7:30. So I'm gonna start recording in the morning, get everything ready in the morning, get everything that I need to talk about in the morning. Get that recorded for you guys, edit it, and then I have to get that video uploaded to get ready for it to be uploaded on Saturday. Okay. Alright, so there'll be a video next week. Alright, that very big important video. Okay, if I get this stuff done before 7:30, then there will be a stream for that viewing party. No Fortnite for Thursday. Okay, just that viewing party for Collingwood and Brisbane. Friday, normal stream, 10:30 to 11, Fortnite. Saturday, normal stream. Sunday, there will be 2 streams. One for viewing party for group 2. Alright, that will start at 7 o'clock, same time, 10:30. And there'll be another stream at Sunday night, normal time, 10:30 to 11. Monday, there will be a next Monday, not not tomorrow, but the following Monday, which is the 21st, there will be another watch party for FNCS, which is Group 3. All right, and after that, Group 3 once that finishes at 10:30 for Monday, then there won't be any more stream for rest of Monday night. All right, for the 21st, because the 22nd I start school. All right. So yeah, that is the schedule for the next couple of days. All right. So I'll be live tomorrow, 7 a.m. is when we'll be starting, and we'll be doing a viewing party for this. And yeah, once that viewing party is finished at 10:30, there won't be any more streams for the rest on Monday night. Okay. Oh, also as well, gonna be waking up at 5 in the morning because I will be posting rap news. I usually post rap news on Monday at 7 o'clock, but because FNCS is starting at 7, I'll be posting rap news very, very early. Alright, so I'll be starting to post rap news at 5 in the morning. Get that all done. I know that Travis Scott performed at Coachella earlier today, so I'll be posting some clips and stuff like that as well, along with other news. Alright, so stay tuned. That will be posted at 5 in the morning. If you're still asleep, do not worry. It will be on Instagram post and also on YouTube community and also on TikTok as well. Okay? So yeah, guys. Just so you guys know. So tomorrow's a big day. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm going to start posting rap news at 5 in the morning. Stream will start at 7 a.m. Stream will be finishing at 10:30. And then there won't be any more streams for the rest of Monday night because I have very, very lot of stuff to do today, tomorrow, which posting rap news at 5 in the morning, get that done, get a bit of sleep, wake up at about 6:55, do that stream for you guys, ends at 10:30. Then I have to get ready because I have to have an appointment to go to as well. I won't be back home until 4 something, so that's why I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow night. Alright, just the stream, okay? So yeah, guys, here's the link to the live stream, guys. Go ahead and hit set reminder. Alright, I'll be live early tomorrow. Alright, so here it is. That is the link to the live stream. Alright, or you can go to my channel. It is right here. Alright, just hit set notify me. Okay, 7 a.m. is when I'll be starting. Okay, alright, guys, that's gonna be it for today's stream. I appreciate all you guys coming up today, and yeah, I'll be live at that time. Okay, alright, guys, I'll see you all in the morning tomorrow. Stay tuned and have notifications turned on because I'll be posting rap news very early tomorrow. Alright, 5 in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Talk soon. Make sure you guys watch my friend's video as well. When I end the stream, I will be appreciated, and drop a like as well. Okay. Guys. Until then, see you guys tomorrow morning. Bright and early tomorrow. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.